I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Good morning. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. We are on the brink of midday, and I hope your morning has started out fantastic. We're going to have a great show today as usual, and I'm looking forward to spending a couple hours with you discussing the sport we love so well, the sport of football. But I must give you some basketball information, some update in the NBA as the Golden State Warriors. They lengthened the series, defeating the Los Angeles Lakers last night in NBA action. The New York Knicks also had a victory against the Miami Heat to extend that series as well. Over in the Champions League, you know that in the Milan derby, Inter had the upper hand over Inter Milan had the upper hand over AC Milan. Two former Premier League players scoring in that one, Eden Dzeko and Mkhitaryan, who played for Manchester United, and also he played at Arsenal. He was at Roma, and then he moved to Inter Milan. All right. As usual, welcome to the platform. If you don't know, well, now you know. I am Manning's Man, and this is I Am Sure Sports. And we thank the Most High God that we are alive today, that we are living, that it is in Him we live, move, and we have our beings. And we acknowledge that apart from Him, we are nothing, and we can be nothing and do nothing that is lasting and have and of any great substance. Blessings to you. All right. Thanks to all of you who are joining. If this is your first time, please make sure that you hit the like button, you subscribe, and you share. Please do that to support the platform. You can also make a monetary contribution to the platform by giving a super sticker or a super chat. Big up, right? You can go ahead and do that right now. A super sticker or a super chat. Let's see if someone can do that for us. just supporting I am sure sports and the work that we are doing here. You understand me? On the platform. If you appreciate it, also financially support it. Big up to show upon them, man like Jason Guna. Look like Jason Guna follow up man's man, Me support Arsenal. The man support Arsenal. Me support Reggae Boys. The man support Reggae Boys. Me's a New York Knicks supporter. The man support New York Knicks. I bet you, if me tell him say me support New York Giants, he might go tell us him support the New York Giants. If me tell him say me support the Yankees, he might go tell us the Yankees him support. Brethren, what can I help a follow business are going? Big up RDN TV. Demo Dre, up and running. Sir Dwight, blessings. Oh, him support the Jets. All right, cool. We know, yeah, Jason, the man a shadow me, bro. Everything. Tyrone Williams up and running. Mr. Fresh God, blessings. Kevin Williams up. Listen, this one says, cataract. You can't sound so informal and make them big error that your delivery proper, but your content suspect. Cataract. Listen, before you come on Cataract, if you're coming on the show today, please, sir, make sure Cataract, I ask you, check your stuff. Everdeen Scarlett, big coach out by Cavaliers. Big up. Oh, I see. Jason Guna is on the other side of the bridge. You understand me? You notice who him support? Mets and Jets. You understand me? Him support the fake part of New York. Except for the Knicks. So how him don't support Brooklyn though? That's kind of strange. Big up yourself, Jason Guna. Float management up and running. Yeah, man. Big up. Christopher Wright. Welcome to the team name Downs. Downs just going down. Oh, I see. And then Jersey, yeah. Anybody here support Mets and Jets? Live in the wrong part of it. You understand me? Yeah. So big up, thanks, Mr. United. Yeah, I guess that is it. It's because the Jets were over there. Yeah, man. But big up. I hope the Knicks can bring this to at least Game 7 still. It's good to see like players like Alonzo Mourning and those guys back out watching basketball. You remember those rivalries with, Alan Houston, Larry Johnson, Childs Ward with Alonzo Mourning and Hardaway. That time Reggie Millers and Dale Davis and Anthony Davis were in Indiana. Them time they, boy, Jalen Rose, them time that the basketball was nice. I am telling you. You understand me? Them time that the basketball is nice, Them Madison Square Garden, go on. But Knicks on a roll right now. Hope my Giants, can get it. I hope my Giants can get it. Me think me need a new. We need a new quarterback still, but it don't look like them a Lego Jones. You understand me? That's the problem with my Giants. We need a new quarterback, but we're not going to talk about that. Big up, Ricky Prasad. You understand me? Rampasad. Yeah, man. Ricky Rampasad. You know that there was a young baller at Mount Pleasant called Rampasad. I don't know if you related to him. Very good footballer, I know. And then he left Mount Pleasant and played for Ocho High. He was part of the original group of players at Mount Pleasant that were doing very well when they just started. Very good footballer. Yeah, don't get 19-0. I never knew that teams in a league in Jamaica would get 19-0. Yeah, man. Big up, Shower, and he says, my name's man, good show yesterday. I heard you're based on St. Ann. My grandparents came from there. None is Edward, Philadelphia. Granddad is Mackenzie from, so really and truly, is my wife have origins in them places here, man. Originally from Kingston 8, you understand me? Whitehall Avenue, our place, and Water Lane, Jarvis Plain, them places that we kind of know a little bit, you understand me? But yeah. But don't need to get them thing right. But listen, so Dolphins Yeah, Kingston great. You know, man. So uh yeah, I kinda know, like, the Rellis Road, from 100 Park Lane, Blackhands Lane, you understand me? Come on, all of them local places, they understand. A free place, cassava piece. You see it. Balakar, welcome. Yeah, man, bless up Eric. Again, thanks to the persons who have, dropped a super sticker. Uh and a super chat so far. Big up man like Pesa, you don't know it's in a sub they say, the whole of Dexter, Hudson Street, 12, Russia. You understand me? Whole of this, the whole of Truro, Burn Savannah. You understand me? Green Jail, Frome, Jarvis Plain, Water Lane, 3 Miles, Farm Pen. You understand me? Big Bridge, Little London, Sheffield. You don't know, the whole of the works, Petersfield, White House. You understand me? You know the work, Stratbogie. You Bath, yo, Amity, Witton, Darliston. Yo, don't make me give you the whole of the place, I know the place of the people. You see me? You understand? The whole of St. Ann big up, from down at Windsor. You understand me? To up a Lime Hall, Hindstown. You understand me? Big up on yourself, Tarrington, what you mean, Demo? Tarrington Ridge, right there, so. You understand me? Chantilly, the whole of the works. People call out to the place, because some people not no place to call out. They not to remember where them coming from, Big up Fabi Frano as well. I'm carrying Dumby and Humble Lion to win them semifinal. Hey, Dumby, to win them semifinal? Oh, you're talking in the knockout competition. Yeah. All right, we have Cataract, but before Cataract comes on, right? I have to do this. Sorry, Cataract, but I have a couple of things that I need to do, people. So this is number one. Cataract wants to join. We're gonna do it, right. Um, where is it? Let me see if I can. How do I find it? Jason, maybe you have to WhatsApp it to me, Jason. Because so with them, I think Brian drop it, I wonder if I can bring it up here. Let me see if I can bring it up here. Cataract, me have to bust this, This, me don't know how you say my thing, Cataract. But before you come on, I have to do this. So one of the things that you'll have to adjust. No, all right, we can't do that. All right. Hey, Jason, you see the thing there in the group, Jason, you see if you can WhatsApp it to me? Yeah. Send it straight to me so we can. So I can't bring up Cataract before I do this. Yeah, Manins never Saliba and Zivchenko out for the rest of the season, man. Yo, a 3 game, yeah. Saliba out for the rest of the season. El Neni out for the rest of the season. Tomiyasu out for the rest of the season. Zivchenko is going to miss the next set of games. So yeah. So that is it. Cataract are screwing up people, but him have to go and tout over there. Say, him have a man pan him jaw. Him have move him have on him. Go on, wait. All right, but because people, in the meantime, Jason finding something for me, but let me just share a little bit with you to encourage you. Cause you love to do that, right? So, and then I'm going to play something from Cataract, right? We have heard this adage. Hard work is the key to success, and the statement is more frequently used by team captains, managers, coaches, instructors, and parents than by other persons. And so when we discuss continuous and focused work, we imply saying no to interruptions for a considerable amount of time without anticipating immediate results. So while modifying your approach and techniques and attempting new things while adhering to your original vision, use patience and faith in the process. Success is not something that happens by accident or overnight. It requires deliberate activities in the right direction. The most vital element in achieving success is hard work. Without effort, success is impossible. A person who waits around aimlessly for a better opportunity will never succeed. Success and pleasure in life are possible for those who put in the necessary effort. Without putting in any effort, nothing is life. In life is easy to do. Failures can occasionally be a necessary step on the road to success. But at the end of the day, what matters is how diligently you have worked on the right thing, which will bring you closer to your objective. So the majority of successful people work hard enough and long enough before they saw success. You can comprehend something's genuine value just by working hard for what you believe in. You start to respect the task itself at that point, and you also start to pick up valuable life lessons. So I want to encourage you, my people, continue to work hard because hard work always leads to success. You may not see it right now, but in due time, in between time, you will see it. Now, I introduce you to um, what I would say. This is the nemesis of our dear friend, Mr. Blake, and it is just some fun, right? So I have to do this. Then I introduce our dear friend, Mr. Ohini Blake, aka Big Selector, aka Cataract, and then we go from there. So,
Coach Halgrimson, who is our new coach from Switzerland, has been here. If there's one thing you could say,
hold on. Did I hear right? Hold on, did I hear right?
Switzerland has been here. If there's one thing you could say,
Let me start with
and if you could say one thing to Coach Halgrimson, who is our new coach from Switzerland, has been here. If there's one thing you could say, and if you could say one thing to Coach Halgrimson, who is our new coach from Switzerland, and if you could say one thing to Coach Halgrimson, who is our new coach from Switzerland, and if you could say one thing to Coach Halgrimson, who is our new coach from Switzerland, and if you could say one thing to Coach Halgrimson, who is our new coach from Switzerland, has been here.
And with no further ado, I introduce you to none other than the mighty Cataract International. Mr. Blake, welcome to the show. We're not hearing you. You're muted.
Yes, I'm here. Good morning. Bless up all the ultras that listen. So you hear me now, man. When you invite me to the show, and the reason you said you want stats and you want $1 billion show and rate it. So these little rate it, if you do that, may I tell you, me have to respond. So you can tappy respond. Yes. So my name is not Jesus Christ. So if I say Switzerland in era of Iceland, still a land, but at the wrong land.
Portland.
What I want to do, and I keep telling you, the little man when I do this, me worried about you, brother. Me work because me not see you put up no clip in a little girl, not a little girl, a little Juby or Dolly. I just want no na folk. All right, watch man, watch your badness. Right. But you talk about $1 billion show. We have a guest. We're 10 minutes late. That's not how BBC works. That's not how CNN works.
The guest is not here.
No, because I now have arrived and
the guest is not here. So
because when I have to say the guest thing, we see you there for something else.
No,
wait for this something.
You sent it to me. You just sent it back to me.
I sent it back to you.
So I thought you'd have sent it to the guests. So I am here buying time because I have not seen it.
No, you don't need to buy time because I am here. And how much is time? I don't see
what I'm saying to you. If I had
time sell for $100 bungle. Yeah. Or if you buy Skelliard, you can get a $10 bungle.
You know how to change the record from when I play some hardcore dancehall and you just drop a Bob Marley right in the clash and change the subject.
They got the clip of them. Right.
But I mean, once the guest is ready, because I thought the guest wasn't ready because you did say
No man,
okay.
yeah, let me send it.
Oh, he's here.
Yeah, he
He's
has got
here.
it. He's here.
Yeah, yeah,
He's here.
yeah.
He's
He's
here.
here. All right, so people, without any further ado, I mean, because I know this is a very busy gentleman. Many of us fell in love with him from a
No,
from a footballing perspective,
clip
from a
that.
football from a
Clip that.
footballing perspective, in the World Cup campaign when we needed we needed serious help in terms of how we were defending and playing in midfield, and he stepped in and he plugged a major gap. Since that time, we haven't seen much of him playing for the country. Recently, he got back involved in professional football, having been out for a while. Still doing very well. Was very important in helping to secure the team that he was at, staving off relegation. So he's here with us, and we're gonna have a conversation with him to find out how he's doing, what the experience in the World Cup campaign was like, and what is he looking forward to, and what's just happening in his professional career. And I know he will share with us his great joy of representing the island country of Jamaica, right out here in the Caribbean. So without any further ado, I'm not seeing his face yet, so he's still a little bit incognito, but I hope that by the time we get there, he'll be able to flip the camera a little bit up, Mr. Grant. Oh, are you hearing?
You muted, I think. I think you've got a mute
Oh,
on.
he's no. We're not here. We're not hearing you. Are you hearing us? No, we're still not. All right. So see if I can sign out, and sign back in, and turn the phone this way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we're gonna talk to. Um, we'll have a conversation with him, and then after that we will, yeah, discuss filling out the midfield. So I want you to think about that. Thanks to Dre Anyways of Sports, who under much duress was still able to carry his Lakers game and his TikTok yesterday, though they lost the game last night. He's still here up and early. So thanks, Dre. Anyways, as sports people, when we have these things, it's also nice get our talk to the people, because sometimes the people don't even want to hit the like button. They don't. I mean, they don't want to hit the like button. They don't want to. What's going on, Ketarak? How do you encourage them to do those things?
Well, this is Jamaica. It's one like button badness. Oh, I could come at your place. Your man almost place him call Westmoreland. Thank God for them old time map there. Where you fall out. You just throw out. Come on, I call the thing Hudson Street before the man I tell them man say Russia.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Are you hearing us now? Oh, we're still not. Do you have Bluetooth? Is your Bluetooth connected to something?
No.
Oh no, no, we're hearing you
Oh, you can hear me?
loud and clear. Wonderful. All right.
Yeah.
Is it possible for you to turn your phone this way?
Sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can get a better shot.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Now you're looking like the judge. I figured it wasn't working at first because you had Granty, and people
Oh,
were wondering who that was. So you had to change it to the judge for it to actually work. Yeah, man. Welcome to the platform. So good to have you.
love,
Uh,
love, love, love.
yeah, man. One love. All right. I mean, talk to us a little bit. How have you been doing?
I've been doing good. Obviously, I've been at Crawley. Obviously, I got brought in to do a job. Came in, done the job, and now the season's over.
Okay. Okay. So
But
I mean, now that the season is over at Crawley, I mean, you did the job. Is it a plan that you're going to probably be there, or you're planning on looking at your options, or, you know, what is the plan now that the season is over at Crawley?
Obviously, ideally, sort something out at Crawley. I've got a phone call with the manager next week. I just come off the phone to the owner. Obviously, he really likes me, but obviously it's up to the manager. So I'll speak to the manager next week and then go from there. But obviously you've always got to keep your options open. So I'll be going on holiday at the end of this month and relax the muscles, and then hopefully something will be sorted out before that or after that.
Okay. All right. So just for those of us who have not been following, like the league, tell us how many games did you end up playing, what the results, and how important was your role, um, helping Crawley to avoid relegation, because when you went there, they were in the relegation zone, and you kind of kept them right above it. So tell us how many games you played, how important was your role, and then I'll hand over to Ketarok to ask a couple of questions. Go ahead.
No, obviously the manager knew what I could do. Obviously, like I've played holding mid like throughout my career, and all the managers know what I can do at holding mid. So he just said, "Come in and do what you can do, play how you can play." So ended up playing 10 games. There were 10 games left. Played all 10 games. Was all involved in all 10 games. Was playing as the four, like the deepest in front of the back four. As you know, that's my favourite position, playing the three and just holding the front of the back four, where you can obviously get on the ball, block the pass into the centre backs, the centre forwards, I mean, and play to the more explosive players that are probably better tackling the ball, like the forward thinking players.
Okay, awesome. So how many points did the team get out of the 10 games that you played in?
It was playoff form in them 10 games,
Oh,
really. That's the type of performances that the team and obviously I was putting in. It was playoff form. So if there was basically it's playoff form.
okay. All right.
So,
Ketarok.
Afternoon, Ranty.
After
Yeah, man. I'll take off from where Manning's man left off and then jump back to the first question he asked you. Um, the form of the team, the run in that Crawley had was the most difficult run-in of all the teams around, because you had to come up against some teams that were vying for um, playoff contention and vying for the top of the league. You really only had one bottom of the table clash, which was against Hartlepool, I think, and
Hartlepool and Rochdale.
Rochdale. So of
Yeah.
the 10 games, 8 were teams that were in the top half. Can you tell us how daunting or how difficult the task was that was outlined to you when you got there, and what made you decide to take it on?
I'll take on any challenge. So no, obviously it's daunting. Obviously going to a team, but obviously when a manager trusts how you play and sees how you play, and he knows how effective you can be in and around the dressing room, on and off the pitch, you just go and express yourself and play. So there's games I came on in, played 40 minutes, half an hour, where even the owners could see and the fans could see and the players sensed, oh, like, Judge is the real deal. Like, we've got him here. And then there's other games I've started where I was only supposed to play 60 minutes, where I've ended up picking up MOM and the manager's left me on the field because I'm playing so well in the four. So all I do is play the best of my ability, and then hopefully people see that and it brings the best out in them. And then obviously if I'm playing well and other players are playing well, it makes the task a lot easier.
So you just came in, you came off a layoff, and you got to be clear, because people are sometimes don't understand MNL. So in those 10 games, you had man of the match performances, as in the man of the match that's adjudicated by the person who was there, the person that gets presented.
Yeah.
So tell us about that. How did you achieve those man of the match performances?
Obviously, just playing my natural game. Obviously, you never get too far ahead of yourself, where breaking up play, being in the right position, recycling the ball, obviously just protecting the back four so they don't really have to worry about the centre forwards. There's not much service going in. Recycling the ball, keeping the ball ticking over, where I get the ball, win it back, give it to the nearest red shirt, and we're on the attack again. And obviously that stood out, and we drew the game 0-0. Wasn't unlucky not to win the game, but it was a good performance as a team, and obviously individual accolades are always good.
Okay, and I just have two quick questions, then back to Mannings because we have to recycle the microphone. So quickly, in those games, I noted that no team scored more than 2 goals, or many of the teams only managed to score 1 goal against Crawley. While you're there, you can tell us about the defensive unit and what it is that happened to that defensive unit when you came there? Because before that, they were leaking goals like a sieve.
Yeah, there was 2 games where they leaked quite a lot of goals when I was there. But apart from that, it's just the structure of the team and organisation. When you got someone in the middle and behind you that leads, so that say if it's the Jamaican team, you've got Maps who knows the game and reads the game and talks to, say, if I was in front of him, he doesn't have to move too much because he organises me in front of him. And it's one of them, I know what I'm half doing already, but with Maps behind you or someone like that behind you, it helps you organise what's going on. So we had that at Crawley where it was just etched in stone, Granty left, Granty right, and it was just easy. The shape was just easy, and it was good to be in that team, to be fair.
And my last question before my husband, you said, can you tell us about your off the ball or out to the dressing room? Because you spoke about you've been brought in to have an effect on the dressing room. Was it to lift morale? What it is that you bring to the dressing room here? And let me take it here and then turn up the Maps. What do you brought?
Obviously, first thing I bring is vibes. Vibes. Obviously, you got to keep a dressing room harmony and experience. Obviously, there's young kids; they can learn from you. If you're starting, you can teach them how you're playing. If you're coming off the bench, like obviously, every time I came off the bench, I showed the manager that I should be starting. Not that I was starting, but every time you get that opportunity, I just locked it up. Where if we was winning, we won the game. If we was drawing, we won the game. Or if we was drawing, we came away with a point. I would never come on and we ended up losing. And out of the dressing room, or off the pitch, as you say, it's just setting an example and doing things right, where it gives you every chance on a match day that you have to perform, basically. And to be fair, the boys inside the dressing room, they took to me very well and saw how I applied myself, and we got our rewards in the end.
Yeah. All right. So let me right, and that's, I mean, love that, and again, the evidence is there to show by the progression of the Crawley Town team and what they were able to accomplish at the end of the season. Now, I mean, you went in, and obviously there was an impact. I mean, even in the games that you have played for Jamaica, there was an impact. Now, given, let's look at where you are now. You made an impact, but Anthony Grant, how far up the English tier of league in terms of tier you believe that if given the opportunity you could make an impact? How far up is it? All the way up to the Premier League, Championship? It doesn't matter. You believe you can contribute to a team if given the opportunity at the stage of your career in this position. If given the opportunity, I can make an impact. Up to what level?
Any level. And you know, the reason why that is there was a point where I didn't think my legs were gone, but I thought I was not finished, but just, I don't know if people were going to pick me just because of my age. And then I ended up playing the first 7 games of last season, and then playing very well, first name on the team sheet, got called up by Jamaica for the World Cup qualifiers.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's one of the bigger achievements I've ever made in my career. So doing that at 34 and then actually playing in that, and obviously, I don't know, I thought I'd done okay or well. And then obviously me picking Jamaica over my club, that's what affected my club. But I'd say I could play. If you told me to play anywhere in the Prem, League One, League Two, champ, I'll do the job. It's not. It's. I've been around. I'm experienced enough to know where to be and how to be on a pitch. And I thought, playing for Jamaica, I thought I applied myself to the best of my ability, and I thought that it was a very, very good performance.
Yeah, you made a very important point in your response just a while ago. You said that you actually opted for Jamaica over your club, which then in turn affected your position at the club, which then affected you playing and probably had to wait on the Crawley Town opportunity and stuff. I mean, is there? But you also said that playing for Jamaica was one of your biggest accomplishment. So the question is, do you have any regret? Do you look back and said maybe I should not have? Are you still excited that you made that decision and you want to continue to live out that dream of representing Jamaica?
Of course, like obviously when I first got called up, the family back in yard was going mad. Even over here, it was going mad. And then obviously the second time I got called up, the manager wasn't happy. He said either it's basically Jamaica or Swindon. And in my head, I'm thinking, you can't tell me that I'm not going to represent my country and stay at home in Swindon. Nah, there's no chance. So obviously I went. He wasn't happy. Go from first name on the team sheet to not involved. I don't regret it. I met some fantastic teammates, managers, people. The World Cup qualifiers, it doesn't get bigger than that unless you qualify for the World Cup, which I think we should have as that team. As I look back now, that team we had, we should have qualified or given ourselves a chance or even made the playoffs. When you look back at that team, there was just a few things I would say that was missing, but hopefully with a new coach and his ideas that I've seen, the team can progress.
Yeah, and then I mean, it's a couple of questions. One, is there having played in the Prem or being at a Premier League club in terms of Chelsea and played for several clubs? How different was it playing in the World Cup qualifiers? I mean, I think you got some of the roughest environments to play in because you actually played in the Mexico game in Mexico, right? You played in Costa
Honduras,
Rica. You played in
Honduras, El
Costa
Salvador,
Right. You played in the away games. How many games did you play at home
Canada, and USA.
and the USA? All right. How different is the pace, the play in the playoffs in Concacaf compared to what you experienced playing club football?
Obviously, it's a bit robust and high intensity, but I thrive off that. I thrive off getting in people's faces, pressing the ball. Like when the strikers get it, obviously taking it off the strikers. So my game, obviously, it's a bit slower sometimes, but obviously I can play with the ball at my feet or I can break down play. It doesn't really bother me. I adapt either way. So when I first played, obviously Mexico away, it's not an easy task, but it was enjoyable and I was finding my feet, but I thought I'd done well. And obviously I missed the Panama game and then came back in for the Costa Rica game and I thought, yeah, I had a taste of it and I said, yeah, this is for me. And I just couldn't wait to play again.
Yeah. And I mean, so since that time, like at Cataract, you're muted.
Could I ask a follow-up question
Go ahead.
as we're on that point? Can you tell us, is there a difference in the standard of players that you came up against in CONCACAF in those World Cup qualifiers versus who you had been playing against in League One, in the Championship, League Two? What can you tell us or share with the fans what the difference is?
Obviously, they're quality players, but how a CDM's mind works, it's about reading the game. So as a player, obviously you watch little things that they do. He opens up this way. He likes this pass. He likes that pass. So I'm half thinking about what they're going to do before they've even done it and try be in the best position to intercept the ball. So my mind's always working in that role where I'm holding and I've got to protect my back four and my mind's switched on. So obviously, if they're smarter, like you got Brian Ruiz at Costa Rica, he's a very smart player. But then you're playing Honduras and El Salvador, and the quality is not as good as Costa Rica. So they're more like League One, League Two level. They're not as good. And then USA is like probably like Championship, Premiership quality. But like I said, if you've got the team organisation and you've got the midfield free and you're switched on, it's hard to break down. So there's not much difference when you look at the teams like Honduras, El Salvador. I say that's League One, League Two, and then USA, Canada, maybe Championship, Premiership.
What about Mexico?
We should have beat Mexico. If I'm really honest, if we went with a full strength team against Mexico, they would have got battered.
Yeah, because some person stayed in Jamaica,
Because of COVID.
because of the whole COVID stuff.
Yeah.
And then some persons end up then going to Costa Rica as well. A couple of players so it was two different teams. Very crazy stuff. We don't want to be reminded about that. But what was, you mentioned that one of the things you brought to Crawley, outside of the field of play was vibe, bringing a vibe into what kind of vibe did you bring to Jamaica when the judge stepped out for Jamaica and stepped into that changing room, stepped into that team bus? What was the vibe like?
No, obviously enjoyment, but when it's time to work, it's time to work. Obviously, everyone, you got Dre that was putting on the tunes, and obviously you got to enjoy it. But then when it's time to work, it's time to get down and work for the team and work for yourself, work for your families, and grind at that result.
Okay. So so you played in the World Cup campaign, and then we have heard about Granty, but just wondered, like, okay, many changes happened. One, I think the coach who was there wasn't there. Then Mr. Hall became the coach. Then Maron Garden had the team, and then a coach came in. So since your time, there has been like basically four coaches, right? Whitmore, Paul Hall, Maron Garden for a trip, and then no coach Hal Grimson. All right. Have you heard from like any reason why you were just left out in the cold, basically, or anyone reached out to you to say, like, this is what is happening with transitioning? What really, have you reached out to any of the coaches, or have any of them reached out to you?
No, none of them have reached out to me, but it's one of them where I don't know the reason, but all I can do is concentrate on performing, and I'll never retire from international football because I loved every minute. I still think I've got a lot to offer, even if it's starting or coming off the bench. Because obviously, if you're 2-0 up, like at Crawley or anywhere, and you bring me on, it's know-how to see out a game, be in the right position, break the game down, slow the game down, and hopefully see out the win. So it is what it is. And obviously I've watched the games and I see how the new manager plays. Obviously he plays in that formation where obviously you can see that he wants that CDM to be in the right position. But obviously it's down to the manager who picks the team, and whoever gets the call up, wish them well.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Cataract.
You made some interesting points on and the way this interview is working. Like, man, we need to be the CDM combination, the maddest thing.
Yeah.
Because you have some questions that you dropped that that came to me. But I want to ask you one thing about, because we move on. Can you tell us what it was like to put on that Jamaica jersey? Just take us in the mind of a player born in Lambeth, which is Brixton, Stockwell. For the people that don't know, Brixton, Stockwell, that area is where you call Lambeth. Take us to the mind of a player who's come from there. I know you've been to Jamaica every year in your
Yeah,
life as
I'm
your
going
first
in,
coming.
I'm going to Jamaica in 2 weeks.
He's coming to Jamaica in 2 weeks. But take us to the mind of an English-born youth, and I know there are other youngers who are watching. What did it feel like to put on that jersey, step on the field, I put it part A and B, out there in Mexico? Give us that one, and your first home game. Share with us the feeling was like.
Obviously when I walked in the change room and I saw my shirt, I was literally asking why I'm come off against Mexico. That day. Nah, obviously I put it on and just obviously I heard about playing against Mexico, what the scoreline usually is and stuff like that, but I just wanted to do myself justice, and I knew people be watching from back home in yard, and it was a feeling once I got off the pitch. Obviously I was distraught that we had lost, but putting that shirt on, it just felt like it was a right fit. Like and then obviously now I got my son. Son always wants to wear his Jamaican top. Daddy, when am I going to see you on TV again? And then obviously playing at home, boy, and obviously against Canada, I watched that game. I watched that game Monday morning. Yeah, I watched that game Monday morning against Canada. So I even watched the games back still, and it's just like, imagine playing at home in front of a full crowd. You got your family there, and you win. Obviously, I'm probably not going to score, but yeah, no, it's a surreal feeling, and just I cherish every moment with the Reggae Boys and my teammates, and just putting on that shirt is a wonderful feeling.
You said about, and then I'll pass over to Mannings. And I want to put this on the table. Anthony Grant in League One and in League Two. You spoke about when you come into court. You drive fear in the hearts of midfielders. Let us not beat around the bush anymore, man. You have a reputation. You drive fear. When you came to Crawley Town, was it because they know that, hey, we have somebody here that has built a reputation in the league as a no nonsense enforcer that allowed the more creative players to feel free to express themselves? Did you bring fear back in the league? Is that what helped? And just tell us about being an enforcer and protecting.
Yeah, obviously, like even one of the players here was like, I played the other day, and obviously he see me train, but he's never seen me play. And then he was like, I knew you was good, but I didn't realize how cold you were. Like that performance was a joke. He's like, how did you know to be in the right position all the time? I was just like, that's just like using your brain. But it's like, obviously, if you see my name on the team sheet, people are thinking, okay, the middle of the park, we have to go around the sides. We can't take too many touches. He's aggressive. He's on the front foot. He stick his foot in. But then when I'm on the ball, you can't give me time because he'll find a pass. So obviously, the experience, obviously people know about me and know about my career and what sort of player I'm a force sits that can mix the game up. I can pass, or if you want me to right around and get after the ball, I can do that too. And that's what managers like, that I can do both. I'm not just a pretty player. I can mix it up and right around and get on the ball and find good passes too.
Yeah. I mean, many things remain a mystery, right? Especially in our campaign, and we don't want to like dig up the past. We're trying to move on. But I mean, in the campaign, because is it that you didn't come in the best of conditions, or the climatic conditions like in Mexico was probably because, let me say it this way: we are used to players going to Mexico, and we're having all kind of issues with the high altitude. And in that game, the substitutions, not necessarily probably the players coming on, but the timing of the substitutions, we think affected the outcome of the game. All right. And we looking on felt like, why didn't Anthony Grant stay on? We're not coaches. We said that. Why didn't he stay on? right? But we don't understand what the climate is like, what the conditions were like, how the player was feeling, the kind of dialogue and stuff. I mean, looking back at that game in particular, do you believe that you had what it took to play out that game, or you think the substitutions were okay, but that's just how the game goes? How would you assess it?
I'll never undermine a manager's decisions. Manager's decision is a manager's decision. But when my number did come up, I was surprised, and I thought, oh, when he brought on,
I think it was Watson.
no, it wasn't Watson. It was
Vassell, Peter Lee Vassell.
Vassell. Yeah, Peter Lee Vassell.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought, okay, we must be going for the win. That's why he's brought me off. That's what I thought personally. I thought, okay, he's born an attacking player. We must be going for the win. So I thought, okay, that's the manager's decision. And not until afterwards, when we conceded, I was obviously upset because I thought we'd done enough for the draw, and it was a very good team performance.
Yeah.
You said you met teammates, and I think we want to move on. I think you said you met. Can you tell us? You came into dressing room. Obviously, you would have known a couple of the lads based on your time in the championship. A couple of the lads were in League One coming up, like Ethan Pinnock, who came up through the ranks. You would have crossed paths. But most of the players you didn't meet. Who are some of the players who impacted you, who you've developed a friendship with? Have you kept in touch? Tell us about that side of it.
Yeah, obviously I speak to Maps the most probably out of everyone. Obviously Bobby Reed. I've known Maps for years. Bobby Reed, I've known for years. Rav, Liam Moore, Ethan. Obviously, it's just like little messages here and there. I speak to Speedy. Speedy's a good character. Obviously, I got along with out of all the yardmen. I got along with Speedy the most probably because he understands football and he's generally a very good guy.
Okay, can I ask you, why are you wearing a Chelsea shirt and not an Arsenal shirt?
No, I'm on. Obviously, I've been. I don't support Chelsea. Literally on Mondays and Fridays, I help out back at Chelsea, and then obviously now I'm in a hotel now, and I'm on my coaching badges.
Oh, you're on a coaching badge.
Yeah, I'm on my coaching course.
Oh, awesome. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah. So
Hold on. Family.
What?
You keep things from me. Yeah, you know how long me I beat up this brother. Tell him to go get your coaching badges.
Yeah. So no,
That's
just
funny.
I've been doing it 4 days last week, 3 days off, and then 4 days this week. So tomorrow's the last day. Then I can go back home to London.
Okay.
All right.
So Chelsea though, you said you've been helping out you've been helping out at Chelsea. Can you tell us the age groups that you've been around? I know you were training with the reserves
Yes,
while you were getting fit. Go ahead.
yeah, obviously I was training with the 21s, and if the 21s weren't in, I was training with the 18s. And then I was going to the 21 games, just like taking notes, just doing little things in and around the dressing room. And obviously the 21s got to know me, and obviously they'll ask me certain things about this, that, and the other, and obviously built their trust. And it was a joy to watch them play. And then on Mondays and Fridays, I just go and see the 6 and 7s. The age, under 6, under 7s, and just do little things there just to help out, and it's enjoyable.
All right. So a couple of things. I mean, I think that's a wonderful thing because we want to see more footballers involved. We see even Mikel Antoni, I think, starting his own academy, involved in some academy setup, which I think is so important. I know Maps is also doing his whole coaching stuff as well, which I think is critical, even for someone like you. Because I've heard persons saying about, maybe you should come back and run some CDM camps, like to help young Jamaicans on the ground here to learn the roles and functions of the CDM. But you're still in your playing career. I still believe you have something to offer. So, my My next question is: you have been following Jamaica football. It seems like you know what's happening with the team. You saw that they played Mexico recently in the
Yeah.
Nations League, and again could have won the game in Mexico. Unfortunately, again it ended in a tie, and we never advanced to the Nations League. But we are in the Gold Cup now. A young player, John Russell, played, and leading up to that, we have used Daniel Johnson, Ravel. I mean, do you believe, given the construct of the team now, you still can add value to this present national setup and help us to go forward in the Gold Cup and possibly even the beginning stages of the next World Cup campaign, which starts in 2025?
The answer to that is yes. Not just because of my ability, just because of my experience of and the know-how of how to get things done. You can't. No disrespect to Rav, Johnny Russell, or Dread, any midfield players. Me, I've played that position all my majority of my career, and obviously they're very good players, all three of them in their own rights. Obviously, Johnny was at Chelsea and went to Huddersfield, is at Barnsley, and Rav is now in America, and Dread's in Preston. But obviously, even if I don't have to start every game. Obviously, managers pick the teams, but the experience coming off the bench is second to none, in my opinion. And just being involved and being around the camp adds a lot of value.
Okay, okay. That's a great answer. And that's it. And because you still believe you can make a contribution, even if you're not starting, but even if it means, like you said, coming on, being around the camp, helping to foster and engender greater quality in midfield, from the players who are there, right? But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, because I feel like that role, the four, is the most important because it links the back line to the midfield to the forward line, and you got to be switched on all the time. And in this day and age, everyone thinks you just get on the ball and everything's nice. You probably got to work the hardest, but you got to keep your head on swivel and think about the game and not just. And your positioning is the most. I agree. Grant needs to be on the squad. You can't. Yeah, you need to be able to use your experience and know how to get around the pitch and when to play forward, when to get a foul, when to do this, when to do that, when to play quick. It's just little things. But obviously, no, like I said, they're all good. They're all yeah. I just read that too. They're all good players, but like I never got the chance to play with Dread,
and
Rav,
for
and me.
those of you who don't know, Dread is Daniel Johnson, all right? For those of you who don't know who is calling Dread, just letting you know that it is
Yeah,
Daniel
no,
Johnson.
Dread. Yeah, he's born in Yard, but obviously he's raised in South London and that.
Yeah.
So,
But
so I'm not getting into South London politics. Ellen,
Mm, mm, mm,
you
mm.
said something earlier. I want to get some things out in the clear. Um, which club do you support?
So you don't lose your head. I don't support anyone. So if you don't lose, but obviously, Mama Duke, she supports Arsenal. So if
like
Arsenal win, then my mum's happy. So it's calm in it. So whoever
like
I'm playing for and Arsenal, if they have good results, Mama Dukes is happy. So it's calm.
yeah. You did say your family is back home and you're coming to Jamaica. Where in Jamaica your family originates from?
Port Antonio, Portland.
Okay. All right, all right, all right. So people in Port Antonio, Portland, look out for the judge. He could be passing by your town. I don't know. All right, but I always ask this question. I always try to wonder: do the players out of England interact with other players about the possibility of checking their Jamaican heritage and representing Jamaica? So you, as an older player in London, you may see players have do players do that? Do players say, hey, are you of Jamaican heritage? Why not consider Jamaica? I mean, do you do that? Is that something easy to do? Is that something that players should do? or you know
I
you don't want to be involved in
I
that
think
process?
I think there should be a delegate who goes round and finds out stuff like that.
Okay.
So that say if it was me, or for instance, I would look at all the players that are English, or what good players, go and speak to them or find out their heritage before you speak to them, and go into their clubs and try talk to them that way. But there surely has to be a delegate at the JFF that knows what sort of players there are, and the possibility of what the manager has to pick from.
Is that a role that you'd want to probably play in the future if there's no one there? I mean, when you know,
When I finish
maybe,
playing.
yeah, when you finish playing, that is something you said that, you know what, I could even serve Jamaica in this capacity where, you know, I, I could do this because I'm in London. Generally, there's a lot of Caribbean people of Caribbean descent in London. I could find that out and help. Is that something that you possibly see
Yeah,
yourself?
obviously,
Yeah.
all the clubs are in England, or whatever, or Scotland, and if they're in another country, I'm sure a flight over there wouldn't take too long, and just go and sit down there and have a talk and go from there and find out the best players. Obviously, Jamaica wants the best players moving forward, and obviously, I've seen some of the under 20s that are very good.
Yeah.
That are very good, to be fair.
Yeah.
So there's young players out there that hopefully will get the chance to prove themselves as well.
Right. So, I mean, yesterday, I don't know if you watch the show. I know probably Qatar could have spoken to you. We had a big discussion because some people are saying that, yes, you should be in the Gold Cup squad. There was this big debate. Some are saying, no, you shouldn't be in the Gold Cup squad. I know some time ago, the coach said that, listen, if age is not a factor, if you're young enough, if you're old, if you're good enough, you are old enough. And he made that in reference to a 17-year-old or even somebody older being in the squad. So for him, quality is more important than age, right?
Mm.
And I know so there was that discussion yesterday. Now I don't know how much I can say, but many persons are not sure whether or not if you get selected to the Gold Cup squad, that you would be able to go to the USA because all our games will be in the USA, right? So I thought it would be good if we heard from you without getting into all the details. If listen, if the opportunity turns up, Manningsman and Cataract can book their ticket, you know, book their hotel,
Obviously,
right? And buy their
when,
ticket for the game to Soldier Field in Chicago to see Anthony Grant in the black, green, and gold on the field because he is going to be in the United States of America for the game.
yeah, obviously there's still stiff stuff that needs to be sorted, and it should be sorted. But obviously, if I get selected, it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, okay, there you go. So question has been answered. So we are. I think that being said, a lot of people are a lot more happier now because a lot of persons weren't sure um, what is going to happen. So they were saying that why are we even discussing his name that he can't go? So now we have heard from the judge himself that if he's in the squad, don't be worried. Book your ticket, pay for the hotel, and purchase your ticket for the game. Right, Cataract, what say you? Go ahead.
Booking. I'm booking Illinois. Man was going anyway, but man's gonna be mad. And again, a lot of what it is really. If you don't want to answer, you get. How did it feel being out of the Jamaica setup to you personally and the games happening? How did you feel?
uh, I didn't see the reason why at the point, because I thought I'd done very well in the games that I had played in, and it was obviously a weird feeling. And obviously, I was thinking, was it down to me not playing enough games, or you just start doubting yourself? But obviously, I know I've got the ability, and I apply myself all the time. If I get a call up, if I don't get a call up, no one knows what the manager's thinking or the staff are thinking. So obviously, it hurts, but I'll always be rooting for the boys.
And I want to ask you a question, bluntly. Do you have the legs? Do you have the legs?
You can't be picking up man in the matches and not have legs. That doesn't make sense.
Question answered. And any red cards this season? Because
Nah. No red cards last season.
how do you manage to do all of that dirty work without picking up? Because there was people who were giving the false narrative that you were a person who gets a lot of red cards. But when I look back, one card this season, one card last season, a yellow card. How do you do all that dirty work without one picking up a card and share with us?
That's like the games I played for Jamaica. I only picked up one card, but it was being smart with it. Sometimes you
You have
talk
to
to the
take a
referee.
card. Sometimes you have to take a card for the team.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. Over the games I played for Jamaica, I only got one card.
Yeah.
And then against Canada, I probably made about 8 fouls, but never got booked. But I spoke to the ref before the game, during the game, trying to get him on side. Just little things like that. And then obviously other players might make the foul before me and get booked. But then you just got to be smart and sometimes naive. Just play dumb. Yeah, just little tricks of the trade, really.
Yeah.
And
But let me.
Can you tell me something? Let's go back to your early days. You were at Chelsea from age 7, 8, right? Coming up, who were the players who mentored you, who you styled your game off from? Let's go back to your pedigree.
There was only Claude Makalele, really. Obviously, he was Makalele. They used to call me Baby Maka because obviously I was a baby back then. But yeah, and obviously before Makalele, I used to look at Patrick Vieira, and then obviously when Claude Makalele came to the club, I just basically was Baby Maka and just molding myself around him because obviously that position is named after him for a reason because he's that good of a player and he made that position look very easy. And obviously, I can't do it justice up like him, but obviously that's who I'll try and mold my game on.
And some of the players that you would have come up with that you'd get bits and pieces of, just let us know. But I know I'm going to ask you about some impact. Joe Cole, what sort of impact Joe had on you? Florent Malouda.
Obviously, when I was with the first team at a young age, and obviously they looked after me and just I'd say like Didier, Joe Cole, Glenn Johnson, Makalele, like just looked after me and just helped me. And obviously, there's no better thing than knowledge coming from top players to help you develop your own game.
All
right. So yeah, you played with. I mean, most of the games you played for Jamaica, you played. It's a combination of you and Speedy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 4 games. I think it's 4 games.
What with me and Speedy?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Probably.
Yeah. All right. So I mean, tell us a little bit about playing alongside him, the kind of player that he is.
The thing is, Speedy doesn't get the credit. I think Speedy deserves playing football for the national team, especially. Obviously, I see a lot of negativity around Speedy, but I thought we complemented each other very well. He wasn't afraid to get on the ball. He knew when to lend it to me, and got nothing but good things to say about Speedy.
Okay, wonderful. No, I mean, persons like management thought like there is a fan of yours. I mean, he's probably the most vocal, vibrant, strong-willed, determined fan of yours, and he led a one-man army fight about Granty, right? And persons like me felt like maybe his his way of advocating may have, you know, worked worked against you. What would you say to the person to my right, your left, above you. Who is that person I mentioned in terms of he's always advocating for you, and it may come across to some as this is too much, and like someone said earlier, I wonder if they may have used his, what we call in Jamaica,
Look,
his fat to fry
look,
you.
look down here. Team Judge, Team Grant.
Obviously, he's a big. No, do you know what it is? Obviously, he was a big fan before, and when I got my call up, obviously he was over the moon. And then obviously he said, why are we calling up Grant? He's 34. But then, and then some people was like, why is it taking so long? And then when I played my first game, everything was changing. Where's Grant been? Why didn't we call him up before? Played my second game. Oh, he needs to be here all the time. So, like the manager said, it's not about age. And obviously, he probably sees me as maybe what the team needs to help them, and he's just voicing his opinions. Like, if he didn't feel like I was good enough, I don't think he'd be voicing his opinions. And what do you think? How do you think I done in my 6 games?
No, man. I listen. The strangest
No,
thing for
it's
all
a
of us.
question. It's a
No,
question.
yes, yeah, man. So I mean, I thought you should have been in the team. I see no reason,
So,
given your
so
performances, why,
there,
why.
so there you go. You said it yourself. So then someone that
Yeah,
fought
so
so
that's like, no, but we
fought
just
so long and hard for me, and
yeah,
then I've got in a team, done what people wasn't expecting, and more, and then now I'm out the team for doing more. It doesn't add up.
yeah. No, but I just giving Cataract some trouble, because I was in the stadium with him and his banner and all of that. So I just giving him
Yeah.
some trouble.
Oh, yeah. No, I see that. Obviously, sometimes that rubs people up the wrong way. But
Yeah,
all I can do is play football. And if the manager sees it, he'll. If the manager sees me play football, he'll probably like it. But who knows?
So, man's more calm now.
Yeah.
Few hospital visits and them thing there, but man's still an ultra. Man is still an ultra. Man is still the firm. That will never change for me. Grant can tell you, outside the Leeds, which will always be my team till I die, but wherever he is, I'm following the results. I'm telling him the games he's got coming up before. Every match, I'm like, yo, send me the clips, send me your photos. I'm getting upset at the photographer. Why are you taking pictures of that man there when my family is there now? But I really think that, and I mean, I'm not pushing anything that, whatever happens, we will never forget. And the people who are Team Grant, we will never forget those 6 games and what you gave. And I think I'm willing to ask this other question. Are you still willing to die for the black, green, and gold? Are you still willing to go in to that 50-50 challenge that may end your career? Do you still have that? Or you're like, boy, I want to hold on and play for a couple of years, so I'm going to take it easy? Tell us about that.
No. I've never taken it easy. Even when I've handed in transfer requests, and when you hand in a transfer request, you don't play. I said to the manager, I still want to play, and obviously the fans booed me. I still came out and done 50-50 tackles. Like, I could have got injured and the move's gone. But obviously the black, gold and the green, obviously, once I put that shirt on, you know what time it is. It's go time. So, yeah, you already know the answer.
And I want to ask you, in Concacaf, who's the best player you came up against? Let me ask, which players you have come up against that have left an impression on you?
I say Alfonso Davis.
And why is that? Why is that? Sure.
Just because you can see his quality, and obviously Pulisic, you can see their quality. That's what I'm saying. That's the next step, where that's like a Leon Bailey for us. That's that Prem quality that they've got in their sides, where I see other teams like El Salvador and Honduras as League 2 quality maximum.
So Alfonso Davis, I know you mentioned Brian Ruiz before. And I'm just trying to understand from the mind of a footballer how you see. Can you tell us what it was like playing against a player like Brian Ruiz?
It's testing, but you test yourself against the best, and it's either going to come out one way or another. And we drew 1-1, but once again, we should have came away with 3 points.
All right. And I want to ask a final question. Man is back. I'm going to give him the mic. Pass the Sharon to him. Because we don't use mic. Pass it. The Sharon phone. The Sharon phone. Um, this coach I've seen, as opposed to Coach Whitmore when you came in, who used two defensive midfielders, seems to like using one. Can you tell us, one, are you able to play as a single CDM? And can you share with us what experience you have playing as a single CDM?
Obviously, a two is probably, I'd say, harder, but a single, that's what I prefer. Obviously, I don't mind the two, as you've seen. I can play in a two, but I prefer as a one where if the striker drops off, you can get across, block their passing lane, or if they switch to the other striker, you can try and read the game that way. And obviously, that's where I feel like I've played my best football, is in a holding midfield as a one, and you've got 2 8s in front of you that support the forward players, and that's where I think I've benefited from most of my career.
Yeah. Are you guys hearing me? Because I hear I don't know if it's my internet. Are you hearing clearly?
Yeah.
All right, great. Because there was a little bit of static in the sound, so I wasn't sure. All right. So I mean, listen again. We're talking with Anthony Grant, Reggae Boy, Crawley Town, CDM plays as a 4 and a 6, and someone that many of us believe should be a part of the Gold Cup squad. But we are fans, we are not coaches, so just talking with him, learning of his experience playing and representing Jamaica, the joy that he feels and representing Jamaica, and like the big thing that we wanted to know if he would be able to play in the USA. We have gotten that answer. He also has said he got the legs. He doesn't mind starting, coming off the bench, playing this game, that game, whatever it requires, whatever it needs. All right. Now you have many, 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 many fans. Maybe because of cataract, you are discussed highly and often on these platforms. So and I know you are probably a bit tired, but if you can take, we are going to allow a couple of your fans to just call in and to say hi to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No worries, no worries. Big up.
Right. So a couple of the fans, if you're an Anthony Grant fan, you can call in and say hello and tell him how much you appreciate him, and yeah, and think. But my question as we await the phone calls is I mean, the like Ketara just asked, because of the system that we play, I think the coach is trying to probably refine and look at the system. There are so many players that know, because persons like you opted to play for Jamaica, they're seeing Jamaica as an option as well, and they also want to play for Jamaica. So the pool is now the pool of players. We recently, yesterday we spoke to Brandon Cover. Um, there is Delano Splat, Dante, Casanova, Caden, Rodney. All of these young players. There's Russell. They're all in that age group, right? But like I said, you have the experience. How important it is to for teams, just in general, not just national teams, but to have with your young core mature and senior pros to help with that transition and help in the difficult moments, seeing that you have that experience as a mature player. How important is the role of a mature person in the mix of the youngsters to help them in the transition and understanding what is happening? Yeah.
Obviously, there's certain things that I've gone through they haven't been through, and it will take maybe 2 3 years for them to get to that stage and learn. Obviously, me being there I can probably explain, show, help. If they have a good game, tell them what they still did wrong, and compliment them on the good bits they actually done in the game and what they could have done more. Really.
And
Yeah.
I have a little question, might be controversial. Chelsea, it's a
Mm.
hotbed, and I know you had, and I know you spoke to Crawley. I know you have another club that's supposed to call you shortly. Um, so I'm going to make my question quick. Chelsea's been a hotbed of of Jamaican players eligible. I think in the under 20s there are about 6 or 7 of the youngest, but we've got one. There are a couple of the others. What do you think of that Chelsea under 21? Omari Hutchinson is there. He's one who was put on the Reggae Boy shirt and played a couple of senior games. What do you think of that developmental squad, which has so many Jamaicans? Mason Burso, Malik Mothersill, Dion Rankin, just to name some.
Dion Rankin's very good, very very good. I talk to him now and again. Obviously, I know Amari. He's obviously changed with the first team now and again. Obviously, these are young promising kids, and obviously, there's a lot of players that will hopefully be good enough to play for Jamaica's first team. Obviously, I've seen Xander Bicknell in the under 20s, CDM. He's got a very good chance of being, I would say the long-term answer to CDM in the senior Jamaican team.
Wow.
Here's a question. This is Paul Marriott asking, Anthony, how do we develop quality CDMs in Jamaica?
Ha! Watch my clips. Watch my clips.
Well,
Tell him
here,
to
here's, a
send.
better, here's a better question. Go ahead.
Say that again.
No, you go ahead and finish what you were saying, and then I'll ask you the
I
question.
said send me a message on Instagram or Twitter, and I'll send you my clips, and you'll see how to develop a quality CDM. No, on a serious note,
That's a good
just
answer,
what?
though.
No, just type in Claude Makalele and watch what he does. Like he doesn't overplay. He simplifies his game. He's in the right position, and then if he needs a skill to get out of something, does it. But then he doesn't too much. What I've realized about CDMs, there's different types of CDMs. You've got Casemiro and Rodri that are CDMs. I'll say like me, and then you've got like Tony Cruz who more likely they're going to have the ball, so you don't really need a CCDM to break it up. But yeah, it's about being smart and being in the right position and staying on your feet if you can.
Yeah. So that's what I was going to ask you. That for the young CDM now in the JPL here, watching the show, or they're going to play schoolboy football, and they're watching the show right now. If there's 5 things that they need to, or a couple of things that they need to do to be the quote unquote ideal CDM, what would be the CDM maestro? Anthony Grant says, here are the 3 most important things that you need to do to be on the path to being an excellent CDM. I don't want you to let out all your secrets, but if there's anything you can share.
Positioning, robust, and tactically aware.
Okay. Positioning, being robust, and being tactically aware.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
I've got a phone call in like 2 minutes that I've got to
Yeah.
take.
Listen, so you take the time and you just thank all the fans, Cataract, all the
I want to
personal.
ask you 2 quick questions. What's your favorite
You
Jamaican
have 2
food?
minutes. Oh,
What's your favorite Jamaican food? Tell us, because yesterday a man, a youth from thing. Tell us, and your artist. Who's your favorite Jamaican artist? And I'm out.
Ooh. That's a hard one. Obviously, food is easy. Curry go easy. Because I'm gonna go get some right now after this phone call. But artist, ooh, because you got Movado, you got Beanie Man, got vibes. Hey, it's gonna be vibes, you know. Vibes cartel. Still, obviously the up and coming ones are like they're there, but old school vibes you can't beat that. You can't beat vibes. Free vibes, isn't it?
Yeah. All right. You know what? Cova Brandon said the same thing yesterday. Corrigoat and Advice Cartel.
Right.
Those are his
Advanced
two.
cartel. So look like
Man, vibes.
that's a CDM recipe. But
Yeah.
do you like dumplings with your curry goat? Because that one shot me yesterday. Do you like dumplings with your curry goat?
Not before a game because that'll have me moving slouch on the pitch.
All right, well, big up all the fans. I know you have to run, so big up all your fans, your supporters, the ones who have been loyal to you all this time. Go ahead and take some time and heal them up before you run, Anthony.
Big up everyone. Big up, man. Thanks for tuning in and stay tuned and look after yourself. Big up.
Yeah, man. All right, thank you so much. That's Anthony Grant. He has to leave. He spent an hour of his day with us, and we are very, very grateful for that. So thank.
And that's the daps. Jesus. That's the daps. Mad thing.
That's Bobby Reed you're talking.
No, the artist, the
Nah,
artist.
the artist. Obviously, nah, Bobby Reed, yeah, nah, that's the daps. Don't worry, man. Man bangs that still. It's a mad thing.
All right then. Yeah, man. All right. Bless up to Anthony Grant for joining us and being a part of the show today, sharing with us. So there we have our answer. So now, Cataract, we can now complete our midfield for the Gold Cup. This is our thought, right?
Yeah, man.
So it is clear that if selected, he is available, he can go and play. So the question is, will he be a part of it? And we fill out the midfield. So
Midfield.
we need 8 midfielders in total because we have 8 defenders, 8 midfielders, right? That's 2 8 16.
Right. Well, I wanted to take the 2 minutes up to the 1 hour 30 minute mark just to reflect on the interview and ask you what are the things that stood out from the interview for you, my worthy host and co-host.
Well, very importantly, like he said, it was, I think it is important in football that even if someone is not being selected, that there is a conversation as to why, especially when you have performed in such a way that helped the team. That was not done, and I think that's part of the issue. The fact that he is available to play, though he did say that there are things that needs to be worked out, but it should not be a problem to play in the USA. I think that is important. Number three is that he's not he's not coming in to turn over the apple cart. He wants to be a part of a system where he can provide leadership and mentorship and also provide quality in play. That is important as well. Just he spoke about when I asked him about players speaking to other players, he was very clear that, there should be a JFF assigned person
A delegate.
who, right, a delegate who does that, which I think is the way that we ought to go. Um, you know, the fact that he also stated that he respect the coach's decisions, even if he doesn't agree with it, he respect the coach's decision, and so those are some of the key things for me that he mentioned in the interview.
Okay. Um. Well, a couple of things stood out that shocked me. That even though I talk to him almost every day, particularly when he was down, when he didn't have a club, I think it's important that the JFF um looks at the HR department. That there should be an HR department in the JFF, Human Resource Management. That even though a player is not a part of the system, sometimes it's mentally taxing on them when they're out of the game. Um, that's one. The name Xander Bignell. Just and I'd love we had a time, but I know he has another club that's interested in him. That he told us before that was going to be calling him, and he had told us that before. But that I'd have loved to ask him what is it that he saw that would where did he see this player so clear? But we know that he was watching. He watches Jamaica every time they play on the 20, on the 17. He's always asking me for the link, and I would have loved to know what is it that stood out about Xander Bicknell that he would say that he is the future. The clearing up, and I'm going to say what again he said. He says if he is called, it's a simple thing. He can go to United States with matters cleared up. So we don't need to belabor that issue anymore.
Yeah.
And he's ready
Well,
and willing.
yeah.
So the other matter is a couple other things. I didn't know he was going for his coaching badges, which I think is important. And it says to me again that I would encourage all the former reggae boys to go that route so that in 5 years, 10 years, we would have managers of championship teams, EPL teams, League One teams who are former Jamaican national players and can build a network. So I encourage him. And I knew he was training back with Chelsea, but I know Chelsea's always his heart. He's just not going to say it because his mother is an Arsenal supporter. But I thought that came out there for me. But the really last thing would be to think about the fact that he's thinking about how the JFF can improve. And I think what he meant by delegate was not really an employee of the JFF, but that one of the players, the former players, should be assigned to go around to clubs and give talks on what it is to represent Jamaica.
Yeah. Let me just take this one, right? And Jason Guna had a point that the thing is not cleared up, but it is not an issue. And I have been privy to information that says if he's called, it is not an
Not
issue.
an
It is
issue.
not like right. It is really not an issue. Um, so
Yeah.
yeah, but I will not disclose that, but it should not be an issue. But Brian said, should we also do that for local players that are selected and not included back in the team? Because
Yes.
if that yes
Yes.
is not sustained, do what?
Do what?
No,
I,
you said yes. I'm asking you, do what?
right. I'm saying yes. If a player is left out of the squad, the HR. First of all, I think the coach can say to a player who is in a last squad, "This is why you're being left out of this squad." I have seen it done in England. A player say, "Look here, you're not in form, or you're
Okay,
not playing for your club, or
all right.
go and score more
Okay,
goals."
okay.
We have seen that being done.
No, no,
But
no. I get Brian's question. No, I understand this question. I didn't understand it. So let me answer, Brian. I think that as I'm not talking about a person who get calls to like a training camp, but if you get selected for a national team and you play and then you never get called up again, I think if the persons that lead never speak to you, I think there is a for me personally, I think there's a problem with that. I think there has to be some level of conversation to say, which could be, listen, we don't believe at this time what you offer in quality is what we are looking for. Or listen, the pace of play, something. It's a very simple conversation. So I'm not talking about everyone that gets called to a training camp. I'm talking about people who make a squad, play for the team. If you never call them back, I just think it is. I'm not saying that they must be called back into the team. You may be moving away from them, but having a conversation is important because some of these people are going to sell the product. Some of these same people are going to be the people to tell others about the program. And what you don't want is to leave a sour taste in their mouth because of how they were treated. Um, and it should happen at the league level. If you have a player playing at your club, and after 4 games, you don't want the player again to play, and you never speak to the player, something is wrong with that. So at the international level, I think in terms of people management, the best practice is to have a conversation. You may not call back the player again, but the player have the conversation. And I'm not talking those who just get selected for training camps. I'm talking about those who make your match day squad and those who participate in your game. Not friendlies, but official game, and you never have a conversation with them. I think, something, yeah, yeah. Maybe that, and that's my opinion on the matter. I don't know what your thoughts are, Cataract, on that.
I 100% agree with you, man. It's about the soft skills. It's about man management. The players are our resources, and the I'm saying any business, human that depends on people, must have a human resource department, and that department does the soft things that makes a person feel wanted. They deal with grievances. They deal with following up, like players who are injured. We never seem to talk to them. I want to know, for example, when last has somebody from the JFF called Naira Noseworthy, a player whose career ended on the field representing Jamaica? Or
Yeah,
do
but
we?
the one thing I
No,
say that Cataract, because we don't know, we
no,
shouldn't
that's what
even
I'm
begin
saying.
to.
I would like to know.
Yeah, but and I'm saying that because we don't know, we shouldn't discuss it. Because we're going to discuss something on speculation.
No,
So it
no.
don't make any sense to discuss it. Because you don't know that it has not been done.
Okay, but I didn't say it wasn't done. I'm saying I would like to know, and I think for other
Why?
players,
Why so?
pardon me,
Why would
because
you like to know?
I think how we treat with those who have served
Yeah. Listen
is
what I'm
a
asking you. Listen what I'm asking you. Why would you like to know?
what would I would like to know,
Yeah.
because I would like to know that there are if they are the systems in place for the best practice of the management of human resources.
So here's what I'm saying. It needs to happen, but you and I don't need to know. But it needs to happen. That
Okay.
is all I'm saying.
So
We don't need to know.
let me ask you,
Yeah.
if, for example, we come out, as we've heard, when past players, not overseas, or anything, pass away, and they say at the funeral, the JFF never do nothing. The man play for Jamaica and the JFF not, never. I have heard those things being said even up to recently. Um, and I think that your brand, and when you're trying to recruit players locally and overseas, how you treat with your workers, and the players are workers, that's a part of your selling point.
All right, so listen to me. I am saying it's supposed to be done. So you and I agree on that. We don't know that it is being done, and we don't know that it is not being done. Just like in this situation where we find out that it was not done, we need to speak to it. All I'm saying is that I don't need to know that it is being done enough. But when I find out that there's a player where it should have been and it was not, I'm going to call it out. But I don't necessarily need to know that it happened because I'm not tracking to find out if they ever spoke to Patrick Graham, which is what Brian is saying. What
Well,
it
well,
need to happen. What I'm saying, Cataract, is that it need to happen, but it doesn't need to be known to the public, which I am, and you are. We don't need to know, but it needs to happen. And where it is not happening, we need to find out. But let me just defend Anthony Grant where Brian is concerned, because Anthony Grant was saying, I asked him if he as a player should reach out to like other players and find out about their heritage and if they would like to. And that was when he said there should be a delegate from the Jamaica Football Federation who does that. Then I asked him if that is something that he would do at the end of his career, and he said certainly. So he wasn't speaking about talking to players after this is done. What he was referring to is those players who are of Jamaican descent if other players should talk to them, and he's saying, which I agree with, that it shouldn't be the players.
So
It shouldn't
no,
be the
but
players. It should be. So I think that is the point he was making, though, Brian. So I don't know if there's a next point that you're speaking to, but where Anthony Grant is concerned, that is the point he
yeah,
was making.
I don't like innuendos. I don't like innuendos. Man, I straight talking, Bridget. But talk straight. I have an interest. I not look no work for nobody bad man. But play my sound. So to say that I have an interest, you think I want to take up the work as HR? I know HR. I know what the best practices are. So let me tell you, when you have a group of people, such as players, and the JFF employs, because they have them on contract, a group of players, you normally have best practice, what is called a player rep, right? Like a union, you have a player rep. And that player rep or that union takes on that responsibility. NCB, the bank employs many. That's why they have an NCB clubhouse with a gym, with a creche. If somebody gets sick at NCB, they send them a gift basket to the hospital. We don't need to know everybody that they send a gift basket to, but we know that they do show that they care, because there's a thing called a caring organization, and it's been proven that people work better when they think the organization cares about them and they're just not expendable.
Yeah. So again, my only thing in this is that what we know is that since Anthony Grant, he has not been spoken to, and I believe that that should have been done. All right, I cannot categorically deny, and I cannot categorically confirm that the federation doesn't do this. However, I believe as a practice, it needs to be done for players who represent. No separation of where they play, as long as they represent the national team. All right, but we need to fill out this midfield.
Yeah, man, we fill out the midfield.
So, who are the 8 players you picking for your midfield for the Gold Cup?
And
Yesterday,
and Martins, you said that I am on a $1 billion, multi-million dollar show. Um, are we using an exercise book and an etch a sketch scratch? I thought we'd have the technology to place the
no,
team builder on the screen, that we
no,
could
we're not, we're
build
not,
the
we're not
team.
building, we're not building a team.
Yeah, we're building our little team.
No, we're building no, we're building a squad. A
A
squad in a
squad
yeah,
builder. Yeah, man.
yeah, but that a squad builder would include starting 11, and I'm not doing that.
No, we're not doing that. But no
Right,
man,
so
you
that
can
is
no
why
man, no. You have squad builders where you can put the 20 players or the 25 players in a squad without putting them on the field.
yeah,
You
yeah,
put them
yeah,
in there
yeah, yeah,
first.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
But
just say step out the game for exercise. Top rabbit pick the
no
exercise
man,
book,
no
man.
man, no
It
man.
don't
I
look
put
good.
it here and then I do that because we haven't confirmed the writing down name. Like remember, for example, we only have 5 names so far that we have confirmed for defense. You know? See them here. So
No,
it
man.
is recorded elsewhere.
You have chosen to only put 5 names.
No,
There are
no,
other
no.
names which we had a
There
disagreement
are
on.
other names that there were disagreement. So I don't put those names. So when we finish the confirmed names, we look at how many names need to be plugged in, and we decide. We just work the process, man.
Okay, can we have a process where we have the man squad, the cataract squad, and well, that would be unfair, but
That
well,
mercy.
all right,
Can
but
we
I will work with you. The core manager, yeah, man. Me
but
and Rafael Benitez, like when
hold
every
on,
day at
hold on,
Liverpool.
hold on. Are these the defenders that
Oh, shut up, not you.
are these the defenders that you confirm? Or do you have an objection to any of these 5 defenders?
No, I don't have an objection to any of the 5.
All right. All right.
Um, there, as I said, I would have. I think Wes Harding is in for consideration because he plays right back there, and I think we needed to confirm Richard King's situation with um, the United States.
Okay. All right. So those things, because we don't know, we have left them out, and I think some
And I
person.
noticed you will have left off Deshaun Bernard. I think everybody
Right.
was
No, not everybody. Some persons never had him. I'm telling you, I did the calculations. These are the names that, without objection, they were all selected. All right. Greg
is there
Lee. Let me give you some names that came up. Greg
no
Lee.
Deshaun Bernard. I'm asking about Deshaun Bernard because to the
He,
best of my knowledge, is
he
there
was.
anyone in the chat who would have any objection to or would not select Deshaun Bernard?
You can turn off the fan and turn on the AC.
Me now the fan is the breeze a blow.
Okay. All you
A
have to say
breeze
is
a
the
blow.
wind. All you have to say is the wind, Because
No,
if you say,
breeze
yeah,
a blow.
can the breeze do anything else?
That's true. And like the people that say, me a reverse back. Reverse back, reverse back.
All right. Let's,
All right. So is there, I would like to add Deshaun Bernard, and I'm asking if anybody would have an objection to a Deshaun Bernard as added as the as a integral part of the Gold Cup squad.
Okay, so Brian is saying quite a few persons had Deshaun Bernard. So let me add Deshaun Bernard. Um, Let me add Deshaun Bernard as. So Deshaun Bernard goes in as what? A what?
Centre back, centre back.
A centre back. All right. So a right-sided centre back.
I think that's where he plays.
And again, so that means we have two right-sided centre back. All right. We have a left back. We have two right backs. So we need a left-sided centre back, right? And a left back cover, because we don't have any left back cover. Those are the two spots that we did not confirm. Management, can you do the public a favor and add Kerry James to the stream? I don't think Kerry want to come on the stream. When Kerry wants to come on, Kerry will reach out, man. All right. All
So
right. So
the left back cover
we are only. Let me say it again. And people, all right. If we go back over every, if we go back
no, we're
over
not going back over. We're not going back. But you're saying we start. I'm saying the left back cover was a discussion between Kemar Taxi Lawrence or Greg Lee.
What I don't want, this is what is going to happen, right? We're going to go back over what we went through already, and the show is going to finish. So and this is the issue we're going to have. We're going to go back over all that we went over, right? People, we only putting up players who we know can be available for the Gold Cup, all right? However you want to read that, there is no player that we have added that if selected, they will not be able to be at the Gold Cup. All right, that is all that we can say, right, Cataract? That was what we said. We are only selecting players that if the coach calls them, they will be at the Gold Cup. However you want to take that, you take it. But we want to make sure that you understand that. So any name you see us put up, that player or those players are able to play in the Gold Cup for Jamaica. If they cannot, we are not going to add their names to the list.
Okay.
All right. So, all right, I'm having some problem saving this. So, let's see. Yeah.
Right. So who were your two CDMs?
No. So you named you named your
John
CDM.
Russell and Anthony Grant.
You named yesterday. Let's go
John
back.
Russell and Anthony Grant.
Yesterday, in fact, you named 4 CDMs, four midfielders as part of your pool.
Pool, yeah.
All right. You name Grant, Russell, Baker.
Lewis Baker and Brandon Cover.
Right. Now, I cannot confirm that Lewis Baker is going to be available. Cataract has named him, so maybe he has information that supports such. But as far as I can't confirm that. So this is no Cataract. I'll give you my listing afterwards. All right. So you need 4 more Cataract.
Daniel Johnson,
Daniel Johnson,
Bobby Reed, Omari Hutchinson,
all right. That's 7 names.
no, right, and you're asking for the 4th one. No, here's where I'm a bit conflicted. And help me. Where would you consider a player like Dwayne Atkinson?
Dwayne Atkinson is
A winger? You consider him a winger?
more like an attacking midfielder.
Right. My last place I'm balancing. I just asked to reserve between Ravel and Dwayne Atkinson. Is where my headspace is at.
Okay, so
Yeah.
all right.
I'm really.
So you have Ravel or
Dwayne Dizzy
so you
Atkinson.
really have the same set of players as the same set of players as Kevin Williams have. Okay, so
Oh, me and
there's
Kevin
no
Williams. No.
there's no place for Delano Splat, for Casanova, for Kira Anderson in your team.
No.
Okay, all right. And though Grant spoke about Speedy, there's no place for Speedy in your team, and there's no place for Lambert, and there's no
No,
place for
there's no place
Michael.
for there's no Michael Hector. I told you I had as my 4th central defender.
No, you didn't call Michael Hector name.
Yes, bossy. That's why I'm telling someone what my team put on.
Oh, okay.
Plastic and plastic.
All right. So let me go with, you know what? Let me write down your name separate. All right?
Good.
Because
Yeah, man.
so let me write down your squad. So
Yeah.
your defenders are Ethan Pinnock.
So let's start with left back.
Hold on,
And I'm
hold on.
going
No, man.
across the
No,
field. Let me
no, man.
start with left back, sir.
No, man. Let me start already. Ethan Pinnock, who
No,
is the
man, you're
replacement?
confusing, sir.
No, I'm not confused.
So I'm holding my
Just
press conference and you're bad me up
get
as the
up.
host.
We're wasting time and the show's so finished. So just work with me now, man. All
Can
right,
we
just
start at
work with
left
me.
back and
So
go
Ethan,
across the field?
yeah, man. So I'll get to the left back. I wrote down Ethan Pinnock's name already.
Ethan Pinnock, Damian Lowe. Those are my starters.
Damian Lowe, yes. Who are your replacement centre back? Is it Michael Hector
Michael
and
Hector, Deshaun Bernard.
Dishan and Bernard. All right,
Yes.
all right. You have
And in my wider squad, I would have
no.
King.
Don't
Okay.
confuse me.
Don't
We
confuse
just I work with the not the wireless.
okay. All right.
Left back. You say you have Amari Bell.
Amari Bell
Yeah.
and Kemar Lawrence.
Right back.
Dexter Lembekisi and Joel Latibedir.
right? Defenders. That's your defenders. Midfielders now. And you say Anthony Grant?
Anthony Grant, Jonathan Russell,
Well, Russell, Brandon Cover,
Brandon Cover, Lewis Baker.
Louis Baker,
Yes, and I'm putting an asterisk next to
Daniel
that name.
Johnson,
Yeah. Daniel Johnson,
Bobby Reed.
Bobby Reed,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Omari,
Yeah.
Omari Hutchinson,
Omari Hutchinson.
and I'm saying that last spot.
And
allow
the
me to
last
say
spot
something,
you're
is
contemplating between
Ravel and Dwayne Atkinson.
Okay. Then you have your attacking players, your forwards. So
let
you're
me
gone
start on the wing.
it's 16 to 8-16. So you have
Right.
7 spots, 3 goalkeepers. So four attackers you're going to use now. Because 3 goalkeepers has to be in the squad.
No, man.
It's a 24-man squad you have now. So you have 3 it has to be 3 goalkeepers. That's the rule.
That's the rule.
Yeah, that is the rule.
All right. So let me balance again with that extra spot, because I might have to make something at the back. I have to make this. Mikel Antonio.
Yeah.
Shamar Nicholson.
Yeah. Leon Bailey.
Andre Gray. And I'm gonna Leon Bailey.
So that's 20 and your 3 goalkeepers.
Yes, and as you said, I have a 24-man squad. All right.
20. Huh?
You said 24-man squad.
20.
You said
23.
24-man squad.
24.
Man,
24
make up your mind.
Okay, right,
24-man
I'll give you
squad.
that one.
That slot, you see. Last 2 players in my slot is either Dujon Richards or Ronaldo CFS.
Ronaldo Cephas. So
Yeah,
no
or
place for
Dujon
Kai in
Richards.
Paris.
No.
All right. No place for Jamal Lowe.
No. No.
Okay. So until then, until then, you will have to you have to give me. So I'll give you some time to think out.
Yeah, man. And I don't know Damara Gray, because if Damara
He's going
all
to
right,
be available.
he's available. All right, Damara Gray. Argument though.
So Demarai Gray, you're going Mikel Antonio. So no Corey Burke.
No.
All right. No Kaim Paris.
No.
All right. You don't have Ravel Morrison yet as confirmed because you're contemplating between him and Busy.
Yeah.
You have
And
Whisper in it.
that's what I contemplating badly. Yes, because I have Whisper in my team.
You have
I have
Whisper in your
Whisper
team.
firmly in my thoughts. But with that final spot, it really sticky icky.
Yeah. All you have to do, Dre, you have to tell me who. Just tell me who in Cataract team is that. So we just work with that team. All right.
So let me answer. No Jamal Lowe is because I've been watching the last few games of the championship, because it looked like Leeds are going down there. So I have to check out what the opposition look like. And he hasn't been starting for Queen's Park Rangers as a player who loaned from the Premier League. And he hasn't been on the score sheet sufficiently for me. Yeah.
All right. So I will have to, because it is a 24-man squad, I think you have to use 6 defenders. So you're going to have defenders who can play multiple positions.
But
You
you're
can't
bad enough
use.
people to name 8 defenders. You're bad enough to name 8. When I was telling you that Dexter Landekisi can play left or right back.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's work. Let's work with your thing, because if you were using 6, you'd still have problems.
We still have problems. And that is what I
You
like about Jamaica. That's what I
huh?
like about Jamaica, that you must have problems selecting a team.
So let me give you my. Let me give you.
Yeah, man, let me hear you.
Let
Let
me
me
give
hear
you
you.
my team. So Ethan Pinnock, Damian Lowe, Amari Bell, Dexter Lembikisa. All right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Kemar Lawrence is 5. Latibodir Bernard is 6. Latibodir is 7. All right. In midfield, so that's 7. In midfield, I'm going Bobby Reed, Daniel Johnson, John Russell, Omari Hutchinson. I think so. That's 4 right there that I have. Up front, I'm going Antonio, Nicholson, Gray, Bailey, because these are just 2 wingers. I have Jamal Lowe as part of my front lines because he can play in midfield. I also have Kaheem Paris as one of the wingers. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 3 goalkeepers, that is 20. All right, now,
Do you only name one CDM in John Russell?
so far, I would, if so in that game, in the practice game, I would play Grant to see what his leg is like. All right, and if he's up to scratch, then he would be one of my selection. But the Brandon Cover and the Lewis Baker selections, I am not going with, because one, I don't know that one is, and I'm not bringing the younger one to the Gold Cup. I'll let him play in the CSE game. And for experience, because of what Grant says, if I'm going to take Grant, I'll probably go to take Devon Williams because of what he said. All right. Now, of course, the other option I have is to think about Ravel, but I don't know that Ravel is playing any football. So therein lies some of our problems. Yeah.
So no Demarai Gray in your side.
Yeah, Gray's in my side. Antonio Nicholson, Gray, Bailey,
Oh, you
Lowe,
have
and
to say which Gray now, because I thought you meant Andre Gray.
no, them are Gray. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 3 goalkeepers.
And who are your 3 goalkeepers?
Huh?
Who are your
Andre
3
Blade,
goalkeepers? Check. Put him on my list.
Jamali Waite,
Check.
and
Kanaya Boys Clark.
I still not sure on the Kanaya Boys Clark situation. I'd love to talk to him to find out because I getting mixed up, so I'm not sure. He's a player that, as you know, I met and we spent some time when he was here. So I am not sure if he's available. I think so, and if not, it is Amal Knight. Those are the three. So it is between that last spot is between Amal Knight and Kanaya Boys Clark.
Okay, so let me tell you, Amal Knight not near my team. For me, it's between Kemar Foster. Is he injured or is he not available? The Waterhouse goalkeeper.
He would be available.
Good. So Kemar Foster and Kanaya Boys Clark. It is for me.
That is where you have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Formula. I don't know that Johnson Clark Harris has any Jamaican documentation, or that he will get it for the Gold Cup. So I am not going to put players on speculation. I cannot. I'm only putting the players that I know. Yeah.
So we differ in the goalkeeping department because your reserve goalkeeper is Amal Knight and mine is Kemar Foster.
Yeah. I think as well that I'm bringing. I feel like John Russell is there. John Russell is in the team. Wade is in the team. Wade is, you have Blake and Wade. Those are the two confirmed.
Yeah.
I think the other player, if is that I have out there is Corey Burke. That is a player that
I want to see what he is. I want to see what he's does in the season. But then again, I would have the same thing with
Corey
Johnson.
Burke.
Yeah, because the MLS is going on now. I
Yeah,
want
and
to see if he's banging in the goals.
Yeah, but Corey Burke is playing well at
How many games, how
New
many
York.
goals? You said you're the stats man. How many games, how many goals?
No, I don't. I didn't say that I'm the stats man. You're the stats man, not me.
Okay, no, but you like to use statistics. You like to know
No,
if a
I
player
use
is
the eye
playing.
test. No, you use
So how
statistics.
you use the eye test if you know this? So how many
That's
starts has he made
that's
based
what
on your
I'm
eye
saying.
test?
Yeah,
Based on
yeah,
your eye test, how many starts your eye see him start? The eye, how many
that
eye see him start?
it's not that is Keter, that is that eye test. That is stats. If you're gonna calculate the amount of starts, brethren. Don't
No,
put
but
the
not asking me
goalkeeper.
calculate, but just asking what your eye see. Because you have 4 eye, you know. So how many times the 4 eyes see the eye start in the MI less league?
Man, easy now. Jamali, wait.
But you know what would be the cat amongst the pigeon is if Johnson Clark Harris gets his papers. I think it would throw
I think those are the two goalkeepers we're working with. Other than that,
Yeah, man.
we
Under Blake.
contemplating
I know
who
Xander
is,
Bicknell, but who's under Blake?
huh?
Who is under Blake? Clip that.
Andre Blake, yeah.
Oh, the clip
Yeah,
is under. Clip that.
yeah,
Because somebody
clip
need
that.
to go at Jamal.
Yeah.
And I don't mean Jamal Lee. Wait.
Yeah. Hey, people, one thing with cataract, you always put yourself in position. There's a big mistake that you made earlier. That going to be clip. It was so hilarious, and I never corrected it. I know. And we going to be clipped. So you go and ball out, but clip. Eh, eh, eh.
Again with the spelling.
So Andre Blake, Jamali Wade are the two. The other spot is between, and like I said, I'd like to speak to Kanaya Boys Clark to kind of find out what's happening. You have him, Kemar Foster, who did well. He
When he
kept
came out of the Trinidad game.
in the Trinidad games. He did well, right? And Amal Knight, who is playing at his club in the USL. So those are the three. So people are saying Corey Adai. I don't know that Corey has his Jamaican documentation. All right. Again, unless you can prove that the player have it. It don't make sense. You understand me? And yeah.
But in the same way, man, we can't take that line because a man say, unless you can prove that he don't have it don't make no sense for leaving him.
Well, that's why I'm putting players that I know have it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not.
Yes.
I'm saying the players that we are putting in are the players that we know.
But on straight merit, I think that Corey would have to fight for a place in the Jamaican top 3 goalkeepers on sheer merit because the man them who have come in have stepped up. Jamali Wade from Pittsburgh Riverhounds in the USL, and some of us would have said no USL baller to waiting, but the man shut us up. You know, and I'm being fair. I've been impressed by what I see of Jamali Wade. So
Yeah.
the thing looks sticky. And if Kanaya Boys Clark, I am saying I would love to hear that.
Played in his team last game in
Yeah,
Reading.
and he would be. I think he would play in the last game because they're getting relegated, and so they were trying to give the younger players a run out because some people will leave the team when they go down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is the situation with Ravel Morrison? Is there any player that you think like, man, this player they deserve a shout out? They may not get in, but they have been on good form, and maybe they'll end up in the 7 or the provisional list because they have been having good season. You know, I think either way, Cephas is going to be right in the mix right there because
Yes.
he's one of those players. Yeah.
Yeah, but I believe that he would with his pace he would terrorize people at the Gold Cup. I had him there, looking on, trying to get Pika to slow down the Mara Gray's passport. Cause the only way I see him get it in is if the Mara is not available.
Yeah.
But what's gonna happen to our team, our Jamaican team, is that they will
Somebody's saying that Kenroy Campbell.
To do what?
No, he's talking about players who have been having good seasons at their clubs, who may not make it, but they deserve a shout out.
Well, you can do for him one shot, me and them man and take enough farm and tea together.
Do you know Kenroy Campbell? You don't know Kenroy Campbell?
Does he play in England?
No.
Does he play in the JPL?
No.
Those are the 2 leagues I watch. The man over there MLS. The man over there MLS.
Hold on. He's not in
the
MLS.
man. No, and the USL.
Cataract. He's not in the USA either. He's in Europe.
Yeah, but I see.
Just you don't know him, so just leave it. Don't bother go send nothing around. Cause you don't know him.
We don't know everybody. We don't know everybody, man. We don't know everybody. Don't know
that's
everybody.
What I am saying. So let us leave that. All right. So there is also Kenroy Campbell. Somebody's saying that Norman Campbell.
So we're just calling out names now.
Formula
Martin Davis. Since we're just calling out names.
People are calling names of players who have been having good that they think deserves a shout out, even if they don't make this stuff.
Yeah, but tell us what the season is good about the season.
So all right.
Just don't shout out names.
Jason, Cataract is saying that instead of just typing names, you need to say. So you need to talk to him. All right.
Yes,
Formula says, I want to tell you, say, if Maggie does what I think he will do in the USL, Maggie Huffy in the Gold Cup squad. Okay.
As a matter of fact, because you type that, if I get an inkling that Maggie is going to be near the Gold Cup squad, I am calling Dre Anyweather on ice and have him temporarily detained. Nowhere near the thing. People, what I want you to understand, Mannings, and the views of Cataract are just the views of Cataract, so Cataract talk and ram, right? And don't paint Mannings man with my brush. Look, it's going to be a lot of, remember, listen, 80s dancehall, there was a man named Joe Lickshot. it will be a woo and Fuzzy Jones. It will be a weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth. And who can gnash on them teeth, I gonna gnash on them gum. Because when it comes to my soul, my team, the Reggae Boys, there'll be a lot of players that are good that just can't fly down. Mannings, what I am most impressed about Coach Hal Rimson is that the level and the quality of the player in consideration has to be at the highest level. It's not simply good enough to, yeah, me I roll like a good ball for my club. You have to be stamping your authority.
So Jason putting in stats there. Campbell 32 games, 26 starts, 6 goals and 4 assists. So that's why he's saying that he deserves a shout out.
In what league?
Isn't he in the top league in Serbia? The same league that Red Star Belgrade plays in, I believe. They're the top team in it. So it's a proper league. It's even higher, I think, than the league that Kaim Paris was in before he moved to Dynamo Kiev in Ukraine. So let me ask you this, Ketara. If Ravel, like KW Media just said, if Ravel had gone to a USL team instead of staying where he's at and was playing, would you have him in the squad? The way he's playing in the USL?
I'd have to see the team and see what he's doing with the team.
Does it matter though?
Of course it matters. If he was playing at the USL team and stinking up the joint, I wouldn't have him in the team. I'd have to see the team's performance. If he's in the team and they have started the season 6 games with 6 losses. So I'm not taking those little suppositions. No, brother. Madins, you said we're dealing with facts. And I believe that is just saying, what if Mason Greenwood got a Jamaican passport tomorrow? We don't know. We are dealing with facts.
All right. So Ketara, we're going to use this, right? And we're going to enter your team. We're going to see if we can do it. Enter your team. Let me see if I can do this. Create your team. Enter your team. Reggae Boys.
But while you do that, Mannings, I also want to say that I would not close the door to any player. I think that's why we have friendly games. And you have alluded to games in Europe. And we have agreed that the friendly matches should be in Europe rather than the USA. And I think that would give players like Norman Campbell, your Kenroy Campbell, your Michael Campbell, your Jonathan Campbell, all your Campbells, Campbell Soup, the chance to represent Jamaica and demonstrate over a game or two to the coach that they can shove out the person who is there. So I believe there must be opportunities for players, and I don't think those players in Europe have gotten that opportunity in the same way that the JPL players got the opportunity against Trinidad and Tobago. What say you on it?
You know that I missed some of what you said?
No, I said that I believe that the games that we said we both agreed should take place in Europe. I said they should take place in England. You said, elsewhere. But that those games in Europe would give an opportunity for players like Norman Campbell, Kenroy Campbell, Martin Davis, the whole lot of them in Europe, CFS, Kaheem Paris, the opportunity to play 2 or 3 friendly games before the Gold Cup to show the coach in Jamaica what they bring to the table and an opportunity to push out those who are in the squad already. Because the local JPL players got 2 games against Trinidad to express themselves and show their worth.
I mean, I think that is reasonable. All right. This is your team I put in together,
Yeah.
Everything good so far?
Everything mucho. Everything caliente.
All right. Dexter. Dexter Lembikisa. I think his name is. That's your right back, right?
Go on type. But he's one of them, so I'm going to soon tell you. I'm talking to my scouts. Talking to my scout.
Your
God,
scout?
yeah, my thing is, you know what I mean? Yeah, man.
Dexter Lembikisa. Then you have Jonathan Russell, Bobby Reed. Let's do that.
If I start in 11,
No, we're just doing the entire squad that you have,
Daniel Johnson, okay.
so you can have it. You understand? You can know.
Yeah, go
Uh,
ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Kale, Antonio,
Mikel Antonio is a must.
Leon Bailey.
No, sir.
Huh? Leon
Demarai
Bailey is not in
Gray.
your team.
Demarai Gray, sir.
He's not the starting 11, you know.
Sir, it says starting players, and I don't want
Yeah,
nobody
yeah, but
clip my thing.
no,
Respect the coach. Put Liam Bailey down at number 78 in that 78 shirt. Demarai Gray
huh?
and Demarai Gray and Shamar Nicholson.
All right. Let me stop that, people. Let me stop that because cataract are pressure my brain right here now. Let me give you a
No, but
different.
why am I pressure again? Because you don't want to put my
Yeah,
team up
pressure.
there.
Hold on, we gonna put your team up there. See it here. I think this is your team. Hold on. Come and see. Boy, I mean, I tell you,
The man
brother, the man is a pressure my
I
brain.
done do something, brother. I tell you,
Eh?
put Liam Bailey at number 78. Give him the number 78 jersey in my team.
All right. Hold on. All right. So
Hold
this
on.
is
Man's talking to me about. Who are you talking to me about? Don't let me get it. Joel, not even there. Man's talking
the-
to me about Joel. Hold on,
that
my
that.
scout is talking to me about Joel. Yeah.
All right. So you're saying Leon Bailey is out and who is in for you?
Liam Bailey is out and Shamar.
Is in.
Yeah. So Liam Bailey would be
How do I change
on the
this
bench.
now?
That may I tell you, brother.
All
You
right. Let me see
can't
what.
put that money on my side. That boy, I may I tell you that.
Let me see if I can. I think I need to change it here. Bring me back down here. Whoa. All right.
So here's what I'm gonna tell you about, bro. Um, so
Na 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 na. Right, team player benefit. Let me see if I can find. I need to find a way to change the name. All right.
people you say the man there is try influence my side, dog.
No man. Me so click. I think clone.
Man, now a clone my side, brother.
All right.
All these
Leon
things.
Leon Bailey. Leon edit formation. What am I gonna know? Oh my god. Squad. Oh, there you go. So you want Shamar.
Yes, not hammer.
Yeah, man. NICH, SON. Shamar Nicholson. There you go. All
Yeah, and
right.
you can change Shamar to Liam Bailey there.
Change Shamar to Leon Bailey.
No, here in at number 17.
Oh, Leon Bailey.
I've seen somebody who want to
All right.
see
Who else you need to? Who else should be off?
Ravel is off.
Rafael is off. Who is in?
Um, who did I say was in there? That would be. Oh, that's the one that was messing around with, right? Either Omari, CFS. You know, I'm going to. Wow. You see that number 15 space? I'm puzzling over.
You still have a couple more.
No, give me the full space that I have because it's stressing me now. That it's stressing me.
No, just
No,
tell
no,
me.
no. So that's 23 that you're showing me right now,
Yeah.
or I have more.
No, this is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
So I need
2,
three more
4, 6,
spaces.
8. 19 names you have. 19. 19.
Yeah, remove.
19.
Yeah, but this is confusing me, man. Who am I not seeing there? I'm not seeing a send.
You're not seeing Deshaun Bernard.
Yeah, Deshaun Bernard is there, man. But take out Ravel. X, just press the X next to Ravel. Just press the
All
X.
right, you had Michael Hector.
Yeah, but a billion back now.
You had Michael Hector. You had
Yeah,
Anthony Grant.
because
He's there. You
yeah,
had
Anthony Grant is there. Yeah, let me make sure Anthony Grant is there.
you
Go
have
ahead, tell me what I had.
You have Kemar Lawrence, who is
Yeah,
there.
Kemar Lawrence, right?
All right. You had Louis Baker, Brandon Cover.
All right. You said people who are on the fringe of it don't.
You didn't have Jamal Lowe. You didn't have
No Jamal Love.
Corey Burke. You didn't have Kaim
No,
Paris.
no Kaim Paris.
You, you can't even pick the team.
No, man. No. I was saying to you because you're giving me to pick a team. You don't have 23 places there, right?
No, Brian. There are three goalkeepers. The three goalkeepers are that Cataract: Andre
Andre
Blake,
Blake, Kanaya
Kanaya
Boyce
Boyce
Clark,
Clark,
and Jamali
and
Wade.
and Jamal Wade. There are three goalkeepers, Brian. Let me see if I can make this bigger. So Cataract, you just yeah. Remove this.
To tell you the God living truth, I am.
Cataract can't even select
No,
a
man. No, but you can't even get me a thing that has 23 players. What
huh?
kind of assistant manager are you? You giving me something with 19 player squad?
But you don't name yet. How am I going to give you 23 players when you don't name 23?
I
I'm
don't see
asking.
23 positions done.
But there is. It says add player. So tell me the player to add. You're telling me to
Oh,
put the space.
tell you the player to add.
But that's what I've been
Okay.
saying to you.
Okay.
Who you want to add?
You're saying we're not taking last minute players, right? Because Lewis Baker would be a very last minute. You're setting that rule?
Yes, sir. We don't know that he has any that
All right.
one.
So it'll be a very last tiny minute dash, mad dash. All right. Add Ronaldo CFS. And Omari Hutchinson. Midfield. How many more do I have to go? Can you give me a count so I know?
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Okay. Who am I missing? Because you still have Ravel Morrison in my team.
All right, so let me close that and then I can
Close
take
that.
out. Let me
Right.
take out Ravel. There you
Ravel.
go. See there.
Right. And so how many players I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
20.
7, 8, 9, 20. All right. I don't see so I have the two left backs, the two things. I told you Andre Gray.
Andre Gray?
Yes.
You didn't have Andre Gray in the
I
original.
didn't have Andre Gray in the original. All right, hold
No.
that then. Hold that then if I didn't have Andre Gray in the original. You had the paper that I have, so tell me who am I missing?
I told you the names already. All right.
Brandon Cover. All right.
Yeah. You adding Brandon Cover?
Yeah.
All right. So let's go. Let's add Brandon Cover. Oh my lord. As a midfielder, Brandon Cover. Here you go. 2 players to go.
Dujon Richards.
Okay.
And Michael Hector. Defend.
All right. So
You
there
add
you go.
Dujon. Yeah.
So that is Cataracts.
Yeah.
That is Cataracts 24-man squad.
23 on squad.
23-man squad
On
to the
squad.
World Cup. All right.
Um, I just want you to add in the wings of the morning. Just add in the wings of the morning. Um,
Huh?
just give me one wild card player, and that would be my wild card would be either Johnson, Clark Harris, or Andre Gray.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
For starting, the only position that I would really be troubled with for starting is Dexter, because I believe that Joel Latimer, in terms of his body of work for the championship in this season, Swansea finishing 10th, he playing 35 games. At the right back, that's where the toss up in my starting 11 would be.
Okay. All right.
And
Cool.
outside of that, I'm cool with that starting 11. Do I toss between Anthony Grant? As a matter of fact, for me, and this is me personally, would have Anthony Grant starting over John Russell. But I can live with that you have there.
All right, people. That is Cataracts.
Cataract, yeah,
Dre.
man. Yeah, man.
Dre. Anyways,
Some nice
that
play.
that's Cataracts starting 11. I'm going to pin the link for a couple of persons. We have around 27 minutes to go to get up to the right. So let me see if I can pin this link and you can come on and give your instead of trying to this target against Cataract own, you come on and name your starting 11. We are not the coaches, you understand me? We are just opinion based. So come on and let me remove Cataract's team. You can screenshot it, Cataract. There you go. That is your team, sir. That there you go.
Well, we're not taking any goalkeepers to this tournament. What's Brian Mighton talking about? Brian, come on the show and give your 23-man squad. Sit down in the hot seat. Don't stay in the sideline comment section. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man can get dark. Just stay, just come.
Oh, boy.
I am challenging Brian Mighton to click the StreamYard link and come and give us his 23-man squad.
I don't know no more than Nelson. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what is the status with Ravel. I really don't. I don't know if he is. I don't have a clue what is happening with Ravel.
He's at the club. He hasn't moved to another club, and
And I think that is the
he's not in the
problem.
match day team. He's not in the match day squad.
Oh, Dre saying he wants the link, so let me send it. I actually pinned it,
And
but
send the link to Brian Mighted.
the link is the link already pinned.
Send it to Brian Mighted in case he can't see. Too busy at time. Send it to Brian Mighted. I challenge you today.
You sure, Cataract? You sure you want to
Sure, man. Yeah,
Cataract?
man.
Brian Mighton is a very astute man when it comes on to his
Yeah, man. I may have done.
footballing.
I may have done.
How you get to you being a dunce? How
Yeah,
you think like that?
fully done. So fully done versus fully astute.
Oh my lord, man! You're very extreme, man. All right, so this is what I can. Yeah, I don't know, man. You're very extreme, Cataract. All right, I think we have Dre. Anyways, huh?
Brian Mighty still hiding.
Dre.
Check. Big up everybody.
But Dre smart now. Dre put a cardboard box right where they see the man face the last.
Go
All
on.
right, so
Don't be a part on the clickbait business going over and
Man sit down in that group. You know something in that WhatsApp group? I like them something, you know. Lava something. Don't forget 23, Dre. Show them say you
all
have
right, so
big man.
squad. You saw Cataract squad, Dre.
all right, so differentiation between me and Cataract
No man, just
squads.
name your squad from 1 to 23.
No, them
Goalkeepers.
thing, have them thing
Goalkeepers.
written down in the man. It's gonna take a long time to type up my squad, man. So I'm just get the difference between mine and yours. Kanaya out, cause I have him as the captain and starting goalkeeper of the CAC games and then run concurrent with each other. All right. So Kanaya out and Amal Knight in as the third string goalkeeper. All right.
As the Harborview goalkeeper.
Just listen, man. You don't say your piece. Let me up my piece.
Let me mute.
All right. So that's a one change right there in a goalkeeping department. Hector out. I'm gonna have King in. And then also, who is Cataract left back?
Who you say yes? Richard King is in.
Yeah, Hector out.
Amari Bell, Kemar Lawrence.
All right, so there you go. Taxi out for me, and I replace him with Dexter coming as a left back. On the right side,
No,
I have
Dexter. So Dexter, who is your starting left back?
starting left back is Dexter.
Who is your starting right back?
Joel Latibodier.
So Amari Bell not starting then?
No.
Okay. Joel
Now,
Latibodier, and then Amari Bell on your bench. Or Amari Bell not in your team?
no, end up on the team. I end up on the bench.
Okay. All right. Let me show the people them what's going on so far, so I can show them, because.
Well, on no. King now starting up.
No, King not in the starting 11.
Okay, I make sure I get that out there right off the bat still. I can't see where you put up right
that's what
now.
I'm going to show you now.
All right.
That is Cataract's team. All right, so this is your team now that you're working on. See it?
Yeah.
So,
Low
so
pin at
that's your starting 11. Who else in your starting 11 that you're taking out or whatever?
All right, so right that's where you have Amari Bell. Bell is out, you know.
Put it
So that
Joel Latibodier. Joel Latibodier.
See Joel Latibodier here. You not seeing it?
Where in the starting 11, you have Joel in the starting 11. Joel is
Yeah.
his right back and Dexter is his left back.
Hold on.
Yeah.
All right. Let me come back here. All right, and remove this. Let's remove. I'm going to go to present. Let me do this. Share.
And then also in the starting level, Shamar out,
All right.
and we know who in.
All right. So I think that is it now. So that is it now.
Well, I'm saying, there you go.
I'm a drop Shamar.
So
People,
Oh,
yeah,
Liam Bailey. Oh, okay.
that is it. That is it.
so that is your starting 11.
That is it,
People,
right?
this is it. This is it. People, this is it. This is
All
it.
right. On your bench
Straight
now.
any weather sports.
People dead. That's what I said.
So yeah. So who on your bench? Yeah, that's 9. That's 20. You need 3 more persons to finish your bench. Or who else on your bench? Who you want to take out?
Do you have
I love
Ravel in your squad?
Deshaun, Yeah, Ravel in the squad now. Amari Bell, so Javian Brown, you know.
Javian Brown in your team?
Yep.
I know about a man that go from 0 to 100 real quick. I know that Drake song, but we never hear about 100 to 0 real fast.
Javian
So
Brown, I'm a team, man.
Yeah, reverse hearse.
Javian,
certain to that name spell wrong now, but go ahead.
Clip.
Yeah. Javian Brown. You have 2 more names.
2 more names. Jamal Law. You have 8 defenders, right? 8 defenders. 4 wing back and 4 center half.
Yeah, you have let's see. You have 4 defenders on the bench. You have Anthony Grant in your squad?
Yeah, Anthony Grant, that man.
Okay, so 11 and 11, that's 22. You have
Jamal,
1 more name.
Deshaun, Bell, Brown.
No Cephas, no Paris.
No, Cephas or Price in my squad, man. One of the 2 young Steiner.
Omari Hutchinson is in your squad?
Wait, I'm gonna see him. Yeah, Omari. I'm gonna see him name right there. Kemar Lawrence out, by the way, you know.
But you just said add him.
No, I said Adam, I said take him out and put in Dexter on the left.
Yeah, Dexter's in the starting already.
Omari Hutchinson.
Omari Lawrence?
No, not Lawrence.
So who name Omari Lawrence? People clip that again. Clip! You know, I'm a feel people. I'm Manning's man, I do the clipping, you know. And the Sykes. Because when he make a mistake, them feel thing no clip. Manning's yeah, clip up, yeah, Manning's. Oh. We know we are boy close.
Omari Hutchinson. You say Kemar Lawrence is out as well.
Yeah.
You don't have him in your team.
Nope. Ravel Morrison, DJ. Ravel, DJ, Grant, Russell, Dexter, Bailey.
No Corey Burke.
Corey not there, so. Yeah, man, Corey after that, man. Corey Burke.
So he's replacing him with Corey Burke.
All right, so that's squad. 8 defenders. 8 defenders.
So that's your 23-man squad.
Yeah, that's at the total 23 now, right? That's hit that. That's a friend thing.
You see what said you move like Frank Lampard. You want to see that move, right? Oh, Pesa said his squad in the chat. Let me see. Pesa, I bet you take Pesa just you can strike Antonio, Bowser, Jams, Lord, Jamal, Johnson, Clark, Harris. Man say a madman walking a clean cross.
You see, Johnson Clark Harris and Lewis Baker is a last minute thing, you know. It's
Imagine must say, oh, if you have Amari Bell on the bench, Dre.
because I do. For Dexter, that's a must, man.
For Dexter,
Yep.
Amari Bell, who
Yeah,
play
man.
almost every game for Luton Town, who probably
Yeah, man.
can come in the
Yeah.
Premier League, brother.
If him there Dexter club, I don't think same would have start anyway.
What? Dre, you
Nah,
get
the
to
men
be.
get spicy. What I want to know is how Brian might have comment section strength and he can come on the program and face the judgment.
Forward on the program.
Forward for the program and face the judgment.
But did not come on the program. See another
Yeah,
clip
man.
there. Keep on a set up yourself, you know, man.
Yeah. But
You
peeps,
can't go that
listen,
school
man.
enough. Forward for the program. The man I wait till the time run out and I go like, yeah.
Yeah, the time run out and now for real, I will tell a cataract.
14 minutes to go, you know, so you know, go past the 3 hour mark. That me
I
know.
will tell you. You understand me? Peso, better you text me the squad, man. You understand me?
Nah, that man, they
But
can't come
Dre,
back.
I can't see. Amari Bell has been one of our better defenders, man. How you put him on the bench? You can't put him on the bench. Me not agree with that one.
The
There,
man
Dre.
just put the man on the bench, so you argue with him
Me
for.
not agree with that. Me not agree with that, brother. Me can't
That
agree with
Make we
that.
see your side, Mannings. Make we see your side now.
Huh?
Make we see your side, or no. In the wise. You're hosting the show.
Yeah. I don't know.
You're a host for sure. You're not a pick squad.
Yeah.
You're a host.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
picking for Mannings. You're not farm
But
work.
I think both of you have. I don't understand though, Dre. Give me a
I
reasoning.
call out Brian Mighty.
One more noise, Dre. I would love to get the reason behind you not starting. Yeah, because remember the team play a 4-4-2 basically. What is your reason for not starting Amari Bell though? That is my question.
Well, you differ from me. Me put Dexter Lambikisa and me rate the player over Amari Bell still.
No, me no fine. But just ask like based on what?
Just his better performer, in my opinion. I think it's a better performance than Amari Bell over there. And then on the right side, Joel Latiba there. From what I've seen from him. So the eye test give me Joel right and Dexter left.
Well, hold on. People are talking about madman in a clean clothes palette. Madman they in a clean clothes in the chat. Callie Sinclair said, even if Tyreek Mitchell was available with his passport, he couldn't start over Bell. Well, that one are the maddest thing that. Are you named Predator? Mad, sick head, no good. If Tyreek Mitchell gets a Jamaican passport, he walks into this squad. Stroll into this squad.
Into the starting 11.
Into the starting 11. The only place he can't take a Mikel Antonio striker or Hal Grimson job. I don't know who Tyreek Mitchell is.
Dre, Brian, I ask you how many games you have seen.
No man, Dre follow me and Dre follow the PL2. Like whoa. So me don't want a man style my brethren. Me and Dre follow the PL2.
Soldier just joined the chat as well. Yeah. Bless up Soldier. Thanks for the super sticker. You understand me? £5. Much respect.
Oh Soldier, yeah man, mad thing my dog. We are challenged Brian Mighty. Or as I'm going to rename him, Brian Mousing. Because you're a mouse. You're not mighty.
Peso is
Come
saying
on this.
Here is Peso. Peso say he has Antonio Bowser, Jamal Lowe, Johnson Clark Harris, and Andre Gray. Him have Demari Gray in his team. Him have Leon Bailey in his team.
One,
so that's 1, 2, 3,
4, 5 strike.
Right. Regine, I want to ask, Mannings.
Strike force.
Is there a difference between madness and fully dunceness?
In midfield, him have Ravel, DJ, Leon, Bobby Hutchinson, Demarai Gray, Russell.
Bobby Hutchinson.
No.
Bobby Reed.
Yeah, him have Ravel, DJ, Leon, Bobby Hutchinson, Gray, Russell, and Brandon cover. That are midfield, right? And then up front, in defense, I mean, Pese as Pinnock, Lower King, Joel Bell, Lee, Dexter, and Brown. Um,
Hold on, something not
and
right.
then
That's maths now add up.
Left the man, brother. Remember, so that man they fully chat to them.
three. No man, four. All right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, that's 11 right there now. Peso again, 11. Then he has this 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19. And then
Double the
strikers
out and bad.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Double the out and bad.
So 24.
Yeah, he has 24.
24 me up on the screen too.
It's supposed to be 23.
So first thing Jamaica
But
get
Cataract is the one
disqualified.
who started this 24.
24 man. Cause you always have a additional player who can at the last minute if you don't know. So we're
Man, I ask if you think I
fighting
have a view this, Dre.
40.
But for a man like Travis Peso, Dre. For a man like Travis Peso, we come on the program anywhere me forward in the comment section, PP club. And I tell you about local player and Cataracta, England. Team squad full of British. So I was looking from Travis Paseo to tell me about the wonder kids from the JPL that he's always chatting about. But then me see a man drop a fully British squad like his British League up.
Oh, he's saying that he's just saying either Andre Gray or Johnson Clark Harris. It's a toss up between them.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's no toss-up, man.
But Cataract, we won't close out, because me have to run, So what say you in your final moments?
In my final moments, obviously, it was a pleasure. In terms of getting the squad together, with playoffs coming, so people might come into contention that the playoffs. They.
Hold on, the Clarence Thinker said, why you like to clutch so much? You must leave that to your jump pad, so.
Yeah, because I have so much tin pan selector for clash. I'm just write off them career. Right. Thanks to Anthony Grant for taking it. And I know today was a busy day for him. He was operating between two cars from two clubs, as you know, Mannings, and he took an hour out. Even when the man try to get to work, the man still want to represent for Jamaica. So come talk to it, because we were going to try and put it off, but we had given Mannings the thing. Sir Mannings, respect to you, sir, for hosting this program, and hopefully next week, Friday is a kind of rough day, I have to lift up his sound. We can break down some stats about some of these players that we have put forward, the Jamal Lowe's of this world, the upfront players. We can look at their stats and see just what's happening. I hope Michael Antonio makes it through injury-free to the end of the season and gets ready to come. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dre, your time. And then respond to this as well, because Marlon is saying Lemby Keesas plays 98% of his game at right back this season, and you would use him over Bell at left back.
Yeah, my team, me and the coach, so me use him left back just to have him and Joel on the field at the same time.
And he has played left back for 90% of last season. So he's a versatile wing back.
When he was being recruited, playing a left back.
Left back, yeah.
But anyway, big up everybody. Very festive last night. Sure, very festive last night. So big up everybody who passed you and support the thing. 20K viewers last night on the live. But we never get the end result at the end of the day. But we live for fight another day and close it out tomorrow night. So big up everybody who passed you and bless up the thing.
All right, Andre.
And we do have a christening. Since man is a pastor, we're now christening Brian Mousing, our new commenter. Like you christen the leader as the leaker. Mousing! Meow! Have a run when the big cat's around.
Ketara, that's what it. All right. Sometimes you just have to stop it because
Me
you
just
going.
pick
Listen,
war. Me love war.
tell me what you're going to say.
WARR. Me I say
You know
Brian Mousing, because for 20 minutes me I call him man for come and drop him squad. Free him, free him.
what sound do mouse make, Ketara?
No, I made the sound of a cat because mouse are afraid of cats. You didn't get
Oh,
that? Oh, yeah, man.
all right. Bless it, Brian.
Remember, say you tell me something around the Teddy Cat show, you know. If afraid of the cat, you know, the cat a rock.
Listen, Brian. Additional cat. Why are you not on another stream that is? Brian, Brian, I was truly a stroke, Ketara. Yeah, man. But um, listen, people, I want to thank you for coming on. All right. I think it was a very good show that we had today. Great talking with Anthony Grant. Big thank you to Cataract, to Dre, to all the persons who would have subscribed, watch the channel for the first time today. Thank you for being a part of the show. It's always my pleasure and my privilege for having you. I always say this. You may not agree, with my opinion, and I may not agree with your opinion, but we should all work for the good of the football. And that is why I had, as part of the discussion today, fans making things better or worse. I think in all our discourse, we must seek to make things better. As you know me, I believe wherever the players play, once a person represents the country, we must show respect. We can criticize their game, but we must show utmost respect for our national athletes, whether it be basketball, track and field, whether it be netball, cricket. We show respect for them and we appreciate them. We are a blessed nation because somehow in this small space we have produced world class athletes at different stages of this nation's development. And we must be very grateful that part of what has put us on the map as a nation is our achievement as in the area of sports. All right, so please just remember that. So we appreciate all our athletes. We thank them, especially Anthony Grant, for those who make sacrifices. He's not the only one. And I speak for all the persons, for Cataract, for Dre, for all the persons. We all want what is best for Jamaica's football. Now, I will admit that sometimes how we execute our arguments, people in the highest ranks in sports may not like it. Oftentimes, even players may be displeased with it and may get upset. But we must understand that emotionally these things happen. But at the end of the day, I put it to you that face to face, the people sometimes are your harshest critic. They will still hail and respect you as a footballer. I always tell people that one of the players that people have given a hard time, that I always think about this youth journey is Alvas Powell. And if you take time to know the Alvas Powell story, is that a young man from out in the east without a football shoes, who at his first camp had to borrow a shoe to play in, and got to the level that he got to, and for many years was one of our better right backs, available right backs. His career has declined, and I think must be blamed for some of the outcome of the games, but I think we must show even respect for him because he started out and appreciate his work, but still criticize his game. So we do that, and sometimes, like I said, it goes overboard. For the most part, however, I think all the persons on these platforms really want one thing, and that is to see Jamaica's football where it's supposed to be. And right now, it's not. And so I challenge even our administrators, our football administrators, to do what you are responsible for doing. Fans, let us do what we are responsible for doing. Players, do what you are responsible for doing. And if we all work together, I want to say this too. I want to say this. I was listening to a recent interview on a program, and they were talking about the prep school, the primary school champs, where many of our top athletes have come through. And a few years ago, they were having the champs without any sponsor. And there's a media personality who put out something and talk about the champs is going to go on whether people sponsor it or not. And a company gave $500,000 so that primary school champs could take place. I say all of this that the government and the private sector, and I don't want people to tell me that the private sector is, yeah, they're doing a lot. The private sector needs to be challenged by our leaders to do more. The private sector don't support sports in Jamaica. And it's an embarrassment. An embarrassment. I believe that we have enough people in our private sector that the champions of our Premier League can get 20 million Jamaican dollars at the end of the competition from our private sector. I believe that there are 4 companies that can put a 20 million prize money. A second company, or 2 companies, or 3 other companies can put up $10 million for second place. And then it goes down. That every team in the Premier League, outside of all that is happening, I believe our private sector could invest $100 million easily as prize money over 5 years. I believe our private sector can easily help some of our struggling athletes, help some of our footballers. So I challenge you as well to get involved. Again, big thank you to Cataract and to Dre. Anyways, sports, check him out on TikTok. Big up to Balakar. Coach Minzy was here. The Formula Sports was here. Ryan was here. All the other vloggers who were in the chat. Big up on yourself. Bless up. To all the loyal ones, you understand me? Love for the love. I am Manningsman. This has been.
If anybody that clearing them Portland Cottage tomorrow night, Portland Cottage, Cataract Sound, brawling down there. I'm on around the control towers alongside DJ TT, Trigger. Monday, Cataract, Littits.
You're not TT.
St. Elizabeth. No, sir.
I thought you were DJ TT.
Where the T would have come in? Oh, he near the Blake.
Oh, so you're what is your name on the song? What they call it? DJ Biggs.
No, not DJ Biggs. Biggs Cataract. Biggs.
Biggs. Where's it?
Biggs Cataract. Biggs Cataract. Biggs Cataract.
Oh, so it's like TT Cataract, Biggs Cataract.
Yeah, man. DJ TT. Trigger
Cataract.
No, not Trigger Cataract. Trigger.
Okay.
And the new youth them round the song we call them Team Wanted. But Monday, Littits, St. Elizabeth, Brawling, Saturday night, Portland Cottage, Mad Thing. Tomorrow night is a private party. We can't come in, the people them thing. Last night, what a nice corporate event there at Spanish Court.
And we are OUT out of here.
Boom, check it out. I don't know it's Jason. I may represent for I Am Sure Sports. For the latest news and updates, check out I Am Sure Sports. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe and share. Jason representing I Am Sure. I Am Sure Sports.